The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Happy Thursday, everybody. What's up? Welcome in to another episode of the Bostonian versus the Book. Dave Sharapan, the Book, Matt Perrault, the Bostonian. We are live at Boston versus the Book on YouTube, on Twitter, replaying on Sports Grid TV and on Sirius XM channel 159. Chris Mack, Pittsburgh. He will be by here in a couple of seconds. We'll talk about tonight's interesting football game, if you want to call it that. We have a lot of strange quarterback matchups to get into, including tonight with the Titans and the Steelers. Will Kenny Pickett play? If not, it's Trubisky against Will Levis. Ooh, sign me up to watch that tonight. How are you, sir? How many miles today did you put on the car driving around to the books?
I didn't go downtown yet. I just did the locals places. I did the loop outside the downtown area because the traffic is just, it's bad enough. Like we're not going to be here to bitch about the traffic. What we are going to do is be here to do the show. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's happening every single day, whether we're, doling out winners or we're, picking losers or any of that stuff. We're here every day for you guys and girls. Kendall's in the chat.
What's up, Kendall?
Against her will. She's announced it in the chat. She's here. One of the wrenches.
Against her will?
Mikey Awesome and Sonic. Yes.
Who's forcing her to be here?
Well, she didn't go to school today.
For the second day in a row, Kendall, by the way. That's pretty good. A little 2-day vacation in the middle of the week.
Middle of the week in the beginning of November. And I'm trying to figure out how and why that was done, but somehow it was done without Daddy knowing. But Daddy always knows. Finds out. So she's here. The boys are here. C-Mac, who is what I call him, Chris Mack from Pittsburgh, will be here.
He's here now.
He's already here.
Oh, he was. Now he's gone. Where'd he go?
You got to tell him, turn the alerts off, turn all the notifications off.
No, he's in a studio. And
is he really?
He must have said, because we were just, I don't know. He was here and he was not. I don't know. I was all set to bring him on.
Be able to come back because I don't know what the hell he's doing. Anyhow.
He's at the Odyssey Studios in Pittsburgh.
Fantastic. Driving around this morning was fun. My favorite thing about today, we'll save that for the end, which we do every day on the show. Why did you already start with this as an interesting football game tonight? Like, what the hell does that mean? What are you talking about?
Well, the total is 37.
As it should be.
Defense, baby. Will Levis is playing on the road for the first time.
That's not good usually.
Rookie quarterbacks against Mike Tomlin, and really in general in the NFL heading into this year were awful. They were fades. This year they're 4-1 ATS. Making their first start. like this is a second start, but rookie quarterbacks have actually fared pretty well this year. So I don't know. Is it Trubisky? Is it Rudolph? Is it Pickett? Who's playing?
Have they even said?
They have not as of yet.
That's why we got to get Mac on. Maybe he's heard something in the rumblings in Pittsburgh. Maybe somebody will, leak it out or say something. I don't know. I got to admit, I'm kind of on vacation. I'm not on vacation. There's no vacations in the business. But
what do you mean? You're checked out.
I'm paying attention, but no.
You're checked out of the Steelers? Is that what you're
saying? This is going to be hard to refocus because baseball season's over. So we'll get.
So why is it hard to refocus?
Because I actually, made some cash.
I know. So
you
want to celebrate it. So have some fun. Enjoy it.
What do you mean have fun? We're doing content. We're doing the shows. We got to do shows later. We got to do big roll call Friday tomorrow. We had sales calls this morning. It never rains.
No. That's the business. That's the life we've chosen.
Cam Hayward's back too. Cam Hayward's back tonight.
He's right. Yep. Cam Hayward's going to play tonight. Yep.
Sir.
Yep. First time off the. I mean, surgery on the groin sounds absolutely horrific. It really does. Sounds horrible. It sounds like nothing I'd ever want to have a sharp object in that part of my body and then cutting into me in that part of the body and then stitching me up in that part of the body and then rehabbing that part of the body. All bad. There's nothing good. It's all bad. It's all bad to have that. All right, let's speak. This is good. This is not bad. This is good. Let's go to Pittsburgh. Our guy, Mr. Chris Mack, right from
put him in the big box
from the Odyssey Studios, joining us here again on the BVB. Chris, what's up? Matt and Dave, how are you?
What's up, guys? I would never want to have what Cam Hayward had done to me. No, thank you. When they take a muscle, an abdominal muscle, and they attach it, this is what I was told happened. They attach it to your pubic bone.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Hold on.
You good with that?
No, not at all.
And
I don't even know where my pubic bone is, but I know the area it's in.
Yeah, no, I don't need anything. And the man's going to go out there and play football tonight. I don't know. It's amazing.
See, Mac, great to see you, by the way. We got a lot of shit to talk about today between Steelers, Penguins being a complete disaster, Penn State football. We knew they were going to lose against Ohio State, but maybe they'll beat Michigan. Perrault's all over Michigan. He won't stop. But the first order of business, Thursday night football, is Kenny playing, yes or no?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He gave the word on today's Thursday. All the days are on a short week, all the days mashed together.
Tuesday.
I guess it was Tuesday he gave the word. Yeah,
so
for
he's
sure.
Playing.
He's playing. Yeah. No question.
Okay?
He practiced in full yesterday.
Okay.
Is
no
he
issues
finishing?
whatsoever. I mean, I shouldn't say no issues. He's got something up with his ribs, which you get concerned with about like fully extending when he goes to throw the ball downfield, things like that. First couple times he takes a hit. Does he wince? Does he grab his side? But he seemed super confident on Tuesday when he talked to the media. So, yeah, he's definitely playing.
He's starting. Is he finishing the game?
That's a good question. I get the sense that it's one of those injuries that, like, they'll shoot him up, send him out there, and then you got, like, a mini bye after a Thursday night game, so hopefully enough time to recover that they wouldn't be sending him out there if they were worried about, like, re-injuring something or further injuring something. So it's probably just a rib issue. I don't know how, nobody's been very forthcoming about what exactly the rib issue is, but it'll be enough probably to be uncomfortable, and it'll just be about him managing his own pain levels,
Totals 37, 36 and a half even in some places. Why are you making that face? This is a defensive. This is an ugly game. The weather, it's going to be cold. It's going to be one of them old school football games that we're used to. We're born and raised to know about running the ball, Steeler defense. Bet the house on the under, C-Mac?
Well, yeah. I think about what we have in this game, seriously. On one side, you've got an offense that hasn't put up 400 yards in a single game since, I don't know, since the last Pope. It's forever.
Big Ben was the quarterback anyway.
Yeah. You've got that. You've got the whole Canada thing. You got Pickett, who just has looked shaky, and now he's dinged up as well. You got an ineffective offensive line, a million different issues, right? And then on the other side, you've got a rookie quarterback making his first road start, doing it in prime time in a place where a rookie quarterback has never won in prime time. 0 for 5. Bupkis, rookie quarterbacks starting primetime games at Heinz Field. So you've got what I would hope. If you're a Tennessee fan, you hope that they lean in on Derrick Henry and Tyjae Spears and just take the air out of the ball, right? Yeah. There's no reason this thing shouldn't end up under, unless the only thing that I sort of preface that with is you get some big plays by either defense, most likely the Steelers, right? Like you get a pick six, you get a scoop and score, that can tweak things. And to be honest, that's the only way the Steelers win games lately is they've got to have a big defensive play, whether it's a TJ Watt pick on the first play of the second half against the Rams or a Joey Porter Jr. pick in the end zone against Lamar Jackson when he's trying to go up, multiple big plays against the Browns that won them that game. They've got to get a big defensive play if they're gonna win. But that also lends itself to, hey, two crappy offenses, but that would totally ruin an under if it was, say, 17-14, and all of a sudden there's a late pick six either way.
What if the
officials? Now we're over the 37.
What if the officials are against us tonight, C-Mac? Because you saw the game last week, and the officials, Tomlin was yelling on the sideline. Did you see Kaboli and him laughing at Deontay with that big head? That was pretty funny, right? But what Deontay said, and he went in for seconds and thirds and told everybody. Right. We used to get the calls at home in Pittsburgh back in the day, and they don't get the calls like that no more, huh?
Yeah, I mean, look, it cuts both ways sometimes. It certainly did not help the flow of the game that it was probably at least a 6-point swing at the end of the first half against Jacksonville, right?
Right.
You handed Jacksonville 3 points on their first drive on what was a terrible defensive pass interference call. That was textbook pass break, a textbook pass breakup by James Pierre, if you remember, on that first Jacksonville third down. Reaches around the man with the arm, gets the ball, and then you had a soft roughing the passer call that extended another drive, although it would have been converted on the play made there anyway. You had what I thought was a soft call on Keanu Neal. I mean, it was just a poorly officiated game, right?
Yeah,
so, unfortunately, that's what you get more often than not in the NFL these days. You're not going to get a cleanly officiated game every single time. If you do, I think you count yourself lucky.
See, I think the total is dangerous because I think the books are saying it's 2017, and I don't know which side it's going to be 2017,
right?
Titans or the Steelers. But what about just in terms of the offense and the play calling and where the fans are? This game at home, are we going to hear Fire Matt Canada chants again? Is that coming down on him again?
I mean, hell, they're doing it at Utah football games, Matt. It can happen anywhere. It's McAfee has turned the Fire Matt Canada chants into a cottage industry. So good for Pat and his boys. But here's the thing. Canada didn't call a terrible game last week. Last week was about lack of execution by Kenny Pickett on the end zone ball to Deontay Johnson. It was about lack of execution by Johnson on the first play of the game. Think of how different it is if he pulls that in on the first play of the game and maybe takes it for 6. And then on the ensuing third down, 2 plays later, he drops that one too. It was all about lack of execution. There were they put together multiple drives of 8 plays or more, which, look, for some offenses, that's ho-hum, no big deal. But for the Steelers, that's a big deal. They put together a few drives. They weren't pretty, but they put them together, and it's not all Matt Canada. You got a young quarterback who is regressing rather than progressing. Whether you want to blame it on his OC or you want to blame it on him, I think it has a lot to do with both. It has a lot to do with an offensive line that, let's be honest, I'm going to rewind and go back about 4 or 5 years. I love Kevin Colbert dearly as a man. Kevin Colbert is an awesome dude. As blue collar, Dave, you know this, Pittsburgh, as anybody could be. I've played hockey with the guy. He's just a great guy. He screwed up. He screwed up big with picks like Devin Bush, right? Moves up to get Devin Bush. Doesn't remake his offensive line when it's plain as day that offensive line is aging out. So now we're 5 years after the last time this offensive line looked anything like the semblance of an NFL offensive line. And they haven't been able to put it back together. They go out and trade up for Broderick Jones. What do? They let him sit on the bench. Or they use him as a tackle eligible while Dan Moore Jr. continues to play. The lowest rated offensive tackle in the league by PFF, by the way. Kevin Colbert didn't set the offensive line up for success on his way out the door, and they're paying for it now because they went out and got the quarterback and the running back and the tight end and all these other pieces when they don't have the offensive line in place. That's the biggest problem for this offense right now, to be totally honest. Matt Canada's not great. He's not good. He's not an NFL offensive coordinator, but he's passable some days. Kenny Pickett is not a franchise quarterback, but he's passable some days. The offensive line doesn't help any of it because it sucks.
Well, that's summed it up pretty good. I'm going to switch gears
Sorry to blow
right now.
sunshine straight up your ass, Dave.
No. Listen, it's fine. Realism. honesty. That's what we do on the show here. So I appreciate that. There's people in the chat. Our mutual friend, Chris Otto said, "What can you find Zeiss and see if you can bring him in right now while you can?" I said, "Zeiss is busy." So
Zeiss's show was done about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah,
which means Zeiss left the building 35 minutes ago.
Right. Go on. Listen, everybody's
he's
got
gone.
to do that. Speaking of leaving the building, all right, good transition. Penn State is at Maryland. All right. They're laying a big number on the road. All is not lost, despite the fact that I felt like at Ohio State, they were worlds apart. And Michigan on deck. Are you saying we are Penn State covering or not covering this?
What's the Maryland number?
10.5, 11?
Yeah, I think they cover. Maryland sucks, man. They lost Northwestern last week. I mean,
Agreed.
I think it's a good bounce back spot for Penn State after the way they played against Indiana, which was awful. They could have lost that game by all accounts. I think they were in their own heads after the Ohio State loss. They didn't really come out sharp against Indiana. They kind of they get away with it, right? Because it's Indiana. And now they get Maryland, another chance to maybe sort of refine some things before you head up against Michigan. Their schedule has actually worked out really well for them, right? Like they had those 2 weeks before Ohio State where they had UMass and a bye. Like it should have set up perfectly for them.
And Perrault went to UMass, and so we talked about that. He has over 9.5 season wins. They're winning 10 games, right? Like win or lose against Michigan, they ain't losing no other games. We're winning 10.
I mean,
right?
What else is out there? Rutgers, Michigan State. I mean,
That's it.
Yeah.
In this game, that's it.
So yeah. They're 10 wins. I mean, there still that slight little hope that maybe Michigan beats Ohio State at the end after you've beaten Michigan, and we got some cluster of one-loss teams in the Big Ten East, and somehow you come out on top. Yeah. Although I've looked into the tiebreaker a little bit, it's all based on like teams they played in the Big Ten West, and Penn State hasn't. It's point differential crap. It's nonsense. It was what it was. They had a chance to exercise the demons in Columbus, and they blew it. They didn't coach to the moment. They didn't play to the moment. And next year, really, and here's the thing: this was the last good shot to show that James Franklin could get the team to a playoff in the 4-team format. Next year, it's 12 teams. It's not going to feel as special if they get into a playoff, to be quite honest. I mean, maybe they'll get a home game out of it because of the playoff structure.
Will you
next
go?
year. But
will you go to a home playoff game, C-Mac? You want to go? Can we come back? We'll meet you. We'll go together.
Why not?
It'll be fun. What I know you guys talk heavy, obviously Pittsburgh sports, but does the Michigan story resonate at all with your audience? Like, did they want Harbaugh either suspended? They want Michigan out of the college football playoff. I mean, yesterday there was a conference call where coaches went off and the Big Ten was like, they want Harbaugh held to account for this. I'm calling it Spygate 2.0 going on with Michigan. Is that a topic you guys are talking about? Do people care about that? Who are Penn State fans are hoping that Michigan gets kicked out and then maybe they get a chance to play Ohio State in the Big Ten title game?
I mean, I'll be honest, with hardcore Penn State fans, like, Steve from Chambersburg, who's had season tickets in his family for 45 years. It's something that people have an eye on. In Pittsburgh and Philly, where everyone's a little more concerned with their NFL teams, it's not quite as big a deal. Everyone's focused on the Steelers or the Eagles or, whoever their NFL team may be. And there's enough to worry about there. I think if you're a Penn State fan, it's something you keep an eye on. But I refuse to believe, I think we've seen the maximum punishment Michigan's going to get this year and them being ranked third by the committee last year. That's it. That's it. That's all you're going to get. Oh, you naughty boys. Well, right. You'll have to be ranked third until you beat Ohio State.
What voice is that?
That's your punishment.
What voice is
that's
that?
It. That's all they're going to get.
I agree.
Is that a committee voice?
Yeah, that's how they talk on the committee. It's,
okay, I didn't know.
You talk like baby talk.
Oh, got you. Last one for me before we get Matt get you out of here. And you can promote all the stuff you're on and wherever you're at. Penguins. Total disaster. You're doing the podcast and talking hockey. They don't play today. They don't play tomorrow. That's kind of a good thing right now.
Yeah.
Are they a fade and like a go against and not making the playoffs. I mean, it's only November 2nd, so I'm not holding you to nothing. And we'll talk to you throughout the season here on the show and check in with you periodically. But they're getting old in dog years right in front of our eyes, C-Mac.
Here's the problem, too. We're 3 weeks from Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
If you go back over the salary cap era, tell me what percentage of teams who are out of the playoffs work their way into the playoffs who aren't there in the standings on Thanksgiving. 75% of the teams that go to the playoffs are there on Thanksgiving in playoff position. Wow. So you got an uphill climb, and it's an uphill climb for a bunch of old dudes who don't want to shoot the damn puck on the power play. That's the problem here is they have a Hall of Fame power play talent-wise, right? Crosby, Malkin, Carlson, and nobody – they scored 2 goals on the power play the other night, Dave, when they took that lead, and it was because Carlson and Malkin both teed it up from the top of the zone on the power play. Yep. And then what happens? They got a 5-on-3 late with about a minute and a half left. The clock's ticking away. And what are Carlson and Malkin doing at the top of the offensive zone? They're playing patty cake with each other.
Passing back and forth.
It's a little circle jerk in the offensive zone on the power play. I mean, put the puck on the damn net.
Shoot the puck!
And shoot the puck! And the problem is they don't have anybody creating traffic in front. Jake Gensel's not a net front presence. I love him, silky mitts and all, but like he's not a net front presence. And so
you got to have a guy.
They got it. I don't care if you take Radim Zahorna, who's a big 6'7" Czech dude playing a hell of a game on the third line right now. Put him in front. Put somebody in front of the net to create some traffic. And they're just in a bad – and Tristan Jarry's not it either. Like, that's the problem. When you need your goaltender to step up and steal a couple moments for you or steal a game for you,
he's
not doing it. So
it's been okay.
The problem is they had an opportunity with the way the schedule's set up. 9 of their first 11 games were against teams that were beatable, right? They should have stacked 12 or 14 points in these first 11 games. Now they're 9 games deep. They're 3-6. They got San Jose on Saturday, which is great. San Jose's terrible. They're the dregs.
Terrible.
But you beat San Jose and Anaheim, and then you're going to go to L.A. They'll be out that way. And then they're going to come home. Check the schedule the rest of November, Dave. It's awful.
It's no good.
They got Tampa. They got Toronto. They got the Rangers. They got the Devils. They got the Canes. They didn't stack the points. The rest of November is going to be an absolute slog. They are not in playoff position by Thanksgiving, they've got a real difficult uphill climb against them, and I don't think they will make it. I think this will be a death march until April.
I'm glad I called. Came on the show. All this
again, more sunshine, straight up the pooper.
Well, to end it with this, 2-part question. First, how badly does Pitt lose to Florida State this weekend?
Oh, Jesus! And
then tell us where everybody can follow you, watch you, listen to all your stuff.
Pitt, Florida State. Dear God. If Pat Narduzzi's players don't riot and hold a mutiny on the sidelines, and he's not left playing quarterback by himself by the end of the game, maybe they only lose by 4 touchdowns.
It's 21.5. You'd only lay it, right? There's no reason to take Pitt. I don't think it's enough.
No, there's no reason to take Pitt unless we find out some kind of weird injury news out of Tallahassee by the end of the week. Yeah. And even then, Pitt's offense is – we're blessed with truly horrific offenses in Western Pennsylvania these days, between Pitt and Penn State and the Steelers. It's going to be ugly.
And the Penguins, thanks. Tell people where they can find you, please.
At the Chris Mack on Twitter and Instagram, doing all kinds. I mean, what am I not doing these days? 93.7 The Fan, BetQL Network. Let's see. We got the Fourth Down in the Steel City podcast. We'll do a live version on YouTube tonight on the 93.7 The Fan page. Me and Josh Taylor. We got Fifth Avenue Face Off, which is the Penguins podcast. Great podcast looking back at the 2008 Steelers, the last Steelers team to win a Super Bowl. It's called Oh Mama. Oh Mama, I'm in fear. The Renegade, Dave knows it. So this week's episode, I talked to Lamar Woodley for about an hour. That's on the 93.7 The Fan YouTube page as well. I'm working more now, Dave, than I ever have before. Yep. And I'm pretty sure they're not paying me any extra.
Nope.
This is the Sharapan plan.
Yep. This is what you got to do. You keep showing up, you keep dressing up and telling them, and they can't get rid of you. I mean, you're doing DJ work at Y108 too. Are you doing that too?
I'm technically right now. I'm probably playing a Morgan Wallen song right now. I don't even know it.
Goodbye.
Bye, Chris Mack. Good
See
to
you
see you,
guys.
buddy. That is the Chris Mack joining us here on the Bostonian versus the Book. Good to get him on live from Pittsburgh. Always a good conversation and a fun chat with him here on BVB. A lot of excitement, happiness, and gumdrops in Pittsburgh these days, huh? Everything's rosy.
This is one of the best parts about being in Vegas, and like our show, we focus on the numbers and the gambling and all that other stuff, but we're just talking about sports. The negativity of the local press sometimes is overwhelming, and they have to do it. Like, you have to call people out and be accountable, because that's your job. But we don't need clicks. We don't need all that other stuff. So
I've told you this. The reason why Boston.
Thank God you're out of Boston. You would have been there. I mean,
no, I wasn't though. That's the thing. It's funny. You think I would be. I wasn't. Then my negativity, my bomb throwing happened when I could see things without having the hometown emotion attached to it. Because either I was like way far gone, or I was willing to give the benefit of the doubt way more than the local media was in Boston. Like, I didn't work because I did not throw the same level of hatred at everyone. Like, I to this day, like, this idea that Bill Belichick is a bad coach, that it was all Brady, that this guy needs to get on a train and get the hell out of Dodge. I don't subscribe to any of it. Like, I don't buy into any of this negativity around New England. I mean, they want Bill Belichick gone to a person. They want Bill Belichick out. And the fans do too, for a lot of people. And I'm like, guys, what are you talking about? Like, it's the myopic right in front of you. What have you done for me lately right now environment that I couldn't operate in. Like, no. The guy's won 6 championships here. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't care. Like, I just don't.
And what's the alternative? Like, that's the question I always ask. Like, you guys want him fired. Who do you want? Did they call him? Can he come and do it? Do you believe that this next guy, you want a guy who legitimately they will name the Super Bowl trophy after? It's the Vince Lombardi trophy, not right now, right?
Yeah, it's going to be the Belichick trophy.
It could be, and nobody could argue it. The guy has won the most.
8. He has 8 in his career. 6 with the Patriots. 8 overall. It's ridiculous. But people don't. That's not the way people operate, because, and I learned this when I left, and I understand it more now, but like, people in Pittsburgh, really, and New England, Boston, Philly, the name on the front of the jersey is you. When you're wearing a Phillies jersey, when you're wearing a Pirates jersey, when you're wearing a Patriots jersey, it's not the team, it's you. You're representing, the team represents you. So when the team's losing, your emotion and your ego, you're tied. You're wrapped up with this. So if your team is winning, you're winning. So now you're a big boy. Now you're pounding your chest. You're all good. When you're losing, now your college buddy from Texas picks up the phone and goes, "Your team sucks, bro. What's going on? That's embarrassing. How do you lose to those guys? That's a joke." And you don't have a retort. You don't have the answer. Patriot fans, I've said this, I'm going to keep on saying this. Look in the mirror or look at Cowboy fans, and that's what you cannot become, because Patriot fans are going to be on that path. The Patriots may never go to a Super Bowl again for the rest of my life, and I am okay with it. For the vast majority of Patriot fans, they are not okay with it, and they're going to be angry and angrier every single year, because they're going to go, for 20 years, we were the best franchise in sports. We're going to be that again. No, you're not.
No.
No, you're not.
No.
That run is never happening again. No one's ever done it. No one did it before, and nobody will ever do it again. You will never see a 20-year run like the Patriots had under Belichick with Brady. And stop trying to say who it was, because the people who are like, it clearly was Tom Brady. That's how great Tom Brady was. You obviously are young and weren't alive in 2001, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Because Tom Brady was a game manager. Patriots won championships based on having the best defense in football. He didn't become Tom Brady, the unbelievable quarterback, till 2007 when they changed the entire structure of the Patriots to go to Randy Moss and throw the ball and be high flying instead of records and go 18-1. So we like to rewrite history all the time about who is what and who did this. It was their combination. It was the marriage of the two. Mike and the Mad Dog was the best talk show ever created. Separately, they're both good, but it's not the same. Who's better? Chris or is Mike or Chris? Are you a Francisco guy or are you a Mad Dog guy? Doesn't matter. Together, they were magic. That's right. Brady and Belichick together were magic. We'll never recreate it ever again.
Very hard to do. No doubt. Right. I don't know. We'll watch a game tonight with great interest.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. You said it last night in the show, yesterday in the show, that Zach Allen had to pitch the game of his life. He did.
Yeah.
He did. Dude. He had a no-hitter going for half of that game.
Unbelievable.
Still lost. Got to the 7th inning, like you said. He's got to pitch the game of his life. Get to the 7th. It was 0-0. It was 0-0.
Yep.
Still loses.
Baseball, bro.
Right.
I was watching it and I was betting it at the same time while I was on. I would bet when Arizona was batting, I was betting Texas. When Texas was batting, I was betting Arizona. Started like in the 3rd inning. And through the 5th, I had no idea. I was like, okay, this could go either way. I'm just going to try to press whatever side scores first.
Right.
Because you said that as well. We gave out that statistic from MLB Network, and it held true. When Arizona scored first, they won the game. When Evaldi got out of all that traffic in the 6th, I said, that's it. And I was on with Wetzel, and I said, Texas is going to win. He's like, how do you know? I said, you can't tiptoe through the rain without an umbrella and not get wet again like that. They are going to score. I'm telling you, they're going to score.
Mm.
Well, they haven't got a hit yet. They're going to get a hit. This is the inning. Somebody's scoring in the 7th. Bet it now. And Texas scored, and I was like, uh-oh, here we go. And I was thinking of big business. Actually, wow, he did. He just came in. He just came in with a super chat. I was thinking of him and all these people that have never had a championship. The Texas Rangers, 52 years young, never won a World Series until last night. And I was like, wow, they need 9 more outs in the bottom of the 7th. And they got the 3 in the 7th. And I was like,
they got the Chapman inning was, that was the one we came in. I was like, okay, here we go.
Got to get by this, right?
And they got by. Chapman got out of it. He got through it. And then I don't know that when Simeon hit the home run and did that primal scream coming around first base, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it right now because that's when everybody knew. That ball was crushed. And it was like, we got to get 3 outs. That's it. It's done. It's a wrap. Was it unfortunate that, the center fielder missed that ball and it went to the wall and those runs scored. That was the true dagger. But Didn't
man,
matter,
oh
though.
man.
It didn't matter.
Didn't matter. Then Simeon hit that home run and it was like, celebrate. That's it. And I was like, oh man, it's finally over. I'm sad. Don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it happened. That's a great expression. Yep. Baseball season is done. I've been texting all morning with all the people at MLB Network because it's like kind of everybody says goodbye. We'll see you in a little while. Let us know if you're going to do a show. But a lot of people
don't they go right to hockey? All the producers, everybody else,
they go right to the NHL stuff. Yeah. The people in the building, but a lot of the content people that live elsewhere and all this other stuff, they go away. The MLB Awards show is here in Vegas in December.
Oh, cool.
So I hope that some of them will come here and we'll get to go out to dinner with them or hang out or something. But
nice.
I loved it. I had a tremendous baseball season. I'm kind of bummed that it's done because the repetition of it. Listen, you had a successful baseball season. You had all those bets. Tell the people what your record was. You had a successful baseball season. How hard is it betting baseball? Pull it up.
Here is my exact record betting baseball. This is, if you call this successful, okay. My record in baseball ended 134 in 125.
134, 125. That's about 52%. That's 160 plays. 260 plays. That's a lot of content and plays.
So 0.59 units.
Wait a second. Hold on. Let me put the glasses on for that. What did you say? Hold on. How many units?
0.59.
So half a unit?
Really, a sixth a unit. Yeah.
That's a half a unit.
For 6 months. 6 months of betting to win a half a unit.
Unit's this big, it's half. Half. Just like the
all I said was
to get from you half.
All year long, I said, as long as I don't lose money in baseball, it's been a successful season.
Success.
I did not lose money betting baseball this year. Amazingly enough, I did not lose money betting baseball.
And there's a lot of people that will tell you that, like, oh, that's a waste of time.
Of course it is, but I get paid to do it. So it's different. I get paid to do it. So that's why I bet it. Would I make 260 bets in baseball if I wasn't doing the daily juice? No, never in a million years. I wouldn't do that. But I'm compensated. It's my job to do that, to make those bets, to talk about the plays, to be involved. I love doing it. Okay. It's a really betting baseball. You've said 1,000 times. The grind of it is such a mental task.
Yeah.
You have to mentally be, but there are certain moments, there are certain weeks, months, whatever, where certain teams get hot, certain trends get really rolling, and you can just run with it. You can bet on certain teams that are doing really well. I mean, the Dodgers on the road, over. Monster moneymaker for me. Okay. They were the best team in baseball to the over. The Rangers at home, the best team to the over at home in 2023. You just start seeing these numbers, and because of the grind of it, you can consistently bet. The thing that I'm still fighting with, and I eventually will come to terms with, is the idea of betting the same thing with the same teams night after night.
Right.
Because I haven't really done a great job of that. I started to do it a bit more with the Dodgers late in the year, where they'd have a 3-game series against, I don't know, the Giants on the road. And I would just go bet the over, bet the over, bet the over. Just keep on betting it because it would get there.
Right.
But it's hard when you win on a Monday, you lose on a Tuesday. What do you do on a Wednesday? It's that coin flip. Like for way more often, I'll say, forget it. I'm not going to bet it.
Right.
Because I'm afraid of going 1-2 versus 2-1.
Right.
That's my learning of betting baseball. But, it's fun to bet it. I'm not saying it's not. It's just very frustrating at times to bet it.
It can be, but I've told people this for a long, long time. The real pros that do it, man, they're trying to grind out 2.5%. I mean, it literally bet $100,000 and gross 2,500. I mean, that's the number. Like that's what baseball betting is. It's you're not going to make $1 million. You're not going. You got to keep showing up. You got to keep betting. You got to then know. Like somebody put in the chat that the A's fade ultimately is what cost you. Like you'd be up more units if you did
it's a good
that
point.
A's fade because we did it. And then kept doing it instead of stopping doing it.
I mean, I lost, what I lose 2 units on it though. I mean,
okay. So so you'd be up 2.5 units, 2.5.
But I would have, who knows? But I would have lost those. I could have lost those bets then. I mean, I don't know. I can't do that mental gymnastics because it's like, who's to say that the bet I didn't make would have won? It could have lost the same time.
Correct.
It was a way of getting myself through the baseball season. Like everybody wants me to do the fade now of the Sharks on the puck line. I've been asked 3 different times by people who say, why won't you just said we did the A's fade in baseball. Let's do a November puck line fade on the Sharks.
Well, people are more than welcome to do that. They can do that on their own show. Like we appreciate like the Ask the BVB questions.
Yeah.
You guys are a big part of the show. You guys continue to hit the like button. This thing's growing every day. That's a great idea. We appreciate the opportunity to listen to that. If
I
you
might do it
like
in December, but I can't do it with a season that's only like 10 games
right.
in.
It's a little too quick to make that
too quick
judgment.
because
Like,
they may have just got off to a bad start, and the Sharks are bad right now, but maybe they'll figure it out, or their season gets easier, their schedule gets easier.
Sharks are one of the worst teams in hockey, and
They are.
They're
But
going to be.
what if they lose every game 3-2? Like, I lose.
would much rather do something like this at least halfway into the season when we
Right.
can have some basis of information.
Agreed. That's why I'm not doing it. But maybe in December I'll do it. And there'll be spots that I will, like tonight. You can fade them if you want. You want to take them. You want to bet against them on the puck line tonight. That's fine. Like
Right.
you can take your shot.
Yeah.
You take your spot as to when you want to go ahead and do it. I just wouldn't do it blindly
Right.
for an entire month when we're so early in the hockey season. Like, we need to see more games to be played before I'm just going to be like, yeah, go ahead and lay, to take. It's plus 112 right now on Vancouver on the road against San Jose. Total's 5.5. Not in love with the puck line bet with the total being 5.5. Little scary.
I don't know. I asked the guys in the chat and the girls in the chat, although I think Kendall did her time and she's out. I told her she could go. Do you like betting baseball? Yes or no? I mean, we got a lot of people in here.
I think you're going to hear no. A lot of no's.
You think we'll get more no's?
Yeah.
I think we got a baseball crowd. I think we'll get more yeses.
I think people bet it at times. They just don't bet it consistently because it's so inconsistent. To bet baseball successfully, you got to do it every day.
I just said, do you like betting it? Whether you're successful or not, it's a whole different story.
I think people like betting what they're successful on. I think it goes hand in hand.
Well, I mean, we might be converting people to betting hockey because we've been talking about hockey betting.
We win. I know, but we're good at it. So we're winning with hockey. They like it. We give them winners, so they enjoy it.
Yeah, but then they turn into fans of the game and then start thinking about their own bets as well and different ways of looking at it. We got people coming at us to talk about doing a Sharks puck line fade. I don't know how many other content shows are talking about a San Jose Sharks puck line fade every day. I know we set the world ablaze this summer with the fade the A's when we did, because all of a sudden a lot of people started going, fade the A's. So if I hear another Will fucking show talking about fading the San Jose Sharks today, you may get a text from me or a DM or something. I'm at Sports Beat Cake and Sig. You guys can reach me anytime you want. Please just say you heard it on the BVB. That's all. If you want to fade the Sharks on a puck line, because ain't no one else doing it. They ain't doing it in San Jose. They ain't doing it at the NHL Network, and they ain't doing it anywhere in between. Sorry.
So, one more quick baseball until we get to basketball. So
the Seager graphic was cool. Seager was amazing. He should have won the MVP.
Yeah.
First guy to do it since Reggie Jackson, the only guy to ever do it.
The only guy to ever do it is with two. It's him. I thought Jeter's line was funny. Is that I'm glad because I don't have to listen to Reggie tell me he's the only one to do it ever again. So that was good. He said to Corey Seager when he was on the desk post game. So that was fun.
Yeah.
But first got to do it with two different teams in a 4-season stretch. It's pretty amazing.
He's a phenomenal baseball player.
Really is.
Did you see that somebody asked him in the post game, why did the Dodgers let you go? Post World Series, MVP, and someone took the time in the middle of it while he's on the podium and goes, hey, Corey, great World Series. Awesome. Congratulations on the MVP. Why did the Dodgers let you go?
I don't know if I have a problem with that. I don't think I have a problem with that.
Right then, you're asking that. What is he supposed to say?
I think you might get a really honest answer. I think the point of the question is because he may be really truthful. He may tell you the truth. Wow. He may say, yeah, nice move out of them, huh? Or that was smart. Like you could get a quote out of somebody in that moment, which is all you're after, is a quote. I mean, it was a Dodgers beat writer potentially. Maybe he wants to know. Like, I don't know if I would have phrased it the same way, but like, I don't think I have a huge problem with being asked about why the Dodgers let you go because they could have afforded him. They just chose not to. That's the Ohtani rumor. The Ohtani rumor is that Corey Seager is a Ranger because they couldn't sign him because they're signing Ohtani.
I can't wait to talk about all this all offseason.
So that's been the biggest theory is that the Dodgers could have kept Corey Seager. They did not because they needed the money to give to Ohtani.
I don't think it was the right time or appropriate question to ask at that time. I mean, if you want to ask him that later, but like you
might get one question though. You might get one shot at the guy. He doesn't talk very much. He's a quiet dude. I like Corey Seager a lot. I like his game, but I like his personality too.
Yeah.
It's an easy guy to cheer for, easy guy to root for.
Yeah, especially if you're holding a 6-1 ticket on when the MVP like World Series.
Wow. DeGrom is targeting August of next year. Now, regular season wise, DeGrom's not going to have a monster impact. But next postseason, if the Rangers make it back to the playoffs, they'll have a 1-2 of Jacob DeGrom and Max Scherzer. Could they repeat?
You know how hard it is now to repeat?
It is very difficult, but you don't add a first ballot Hall of Fame pitcher normally.
Who's the first ballot Hall of Fame pitcher?
Jacob DeGrom.
Talking about? He's done it for like a cup of coffee. He's a first ballot Hall of Fame pitcher.
Oh, I would absolutely.
Done it for 3 seasons.
Jacob DeGrom, what? No.
Look at his career numbers. He's a first ballot Hall of Fame.
3 seasons. Wait, what? No. He's been in the major leagues way more than 3 seasons. Jacob DeGrom's been a pitcher since 2014. Jacob DeGrom in 2015. Jacob DeGrom had a WHIP of 0.98, an ERA of 2.54.
Okay.
ERA of 1.7 in 2018, 2.43 in 19, 2.3 in 2020, 1.08 in 2021.
How many innings?
I mean, 15 starts, 32 starts, 32 starts, 31 starts, 24 starts, 30 starts.
Okay, so he had 4 or 5 good seasons. I mean, maybe he's Sandy Koufax like where, he didn't pitch enough, but he pitched so good when he did pitch.
He's 84 and 57 in his career, 2.5
84 and 57 is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, because the Mets suck. Because it was the Mets' fault, not his fault. His WHIP is 0.99. His ERA is 2.5. I mean, he's on his way. I mean, this guy
on his way, but
DeGrom is an incredible pitcher to add to that rotation.
If he's healthy, absolutely.
Well, he'll be healthy after Tommy John. Is how long will he be healthy for? But you figure a guy after 14 months of coming back after Tommy John surgery, his second one, but coming back after Tommy John, normally guys come back. The first time, they're always stronger. The second time, we don't know. This is unprecedented to have a guy come back from 2 of these. But if he is even 80%, it's a hell of a 1-2 to go into a rotation with.
Oh, it's phenomenal. I mean,
if Montgomery, I don't know if he'll do it again, but if Montgomery is the guy that he was this postseason, they're going to add bullpen arms. We know that. But for all the negativity around the Rangers bullpen, namely me talking about the Rangers bullpen, look what they did in the playoffs. I mean, ALCS in the World Series, their bullpen was not a problem.
I think they have a very good shot of getting back to the playoffs. Don't forget they were the 5 seed in this year's playoffs, won the World Series, did not lose an away game, 11-0, will probably never be duplicated. 11-0 on the road in the postseason. From the bottom all the way on the road.
That's I mean,
they didn't lose a game on the road. So
it's one of the best postseason runs I've ever seen. Maybe it might be the best postseason run. I mean, the 2018 Red Sox was completely out of left field. I think I sent you that stat last night that of the top 7 longest shots to win the World Series, Bruce Bochy has managed 3 of them. It's unbelievable.
So he's so cool too. Like just listening to him after the game, and he was away 3 years, and he went and managed France in a World Baseball Classic, and said, "You know what? I missed the dugout." And Chris Young called him and said, "You want to come back?" And like Lou Brown in between, white walls. I got a guy on the other line about some white walls. He answered the phone and said, "Yeah, you know what? I'll come back." It had to be the right fit, and turned into this. It's just awesome.
Does he stay?
I don't know. I got to be honest. After watching that last night, I don't know, because you know what a grind it is, and you know how magic it is.
Go out on top.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what he's got going on in the rest of his life. I know for damn sure I want to manage that team like that. If that job becomes available.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a manager. Clint Hurdle's now, retired. He's following me on Twitter. We're interacting. It's unbelievable. Nice. He saw a tweet and Clint, call him up. Tell him you want to go manage Texas. I'll be the bench coach. Oh, that'd be amazing. Like, that team is going to be good. The young guys on that team, Heim, Garver, they ain't going nowhere. Like a Garcia. He got hurt. They won the last few games without him. Seager. Look at that lineup. That's a good team, man.
It's a really good team.
Yeah.
Yep. And the Astros have got to be concerned because they've got a team in their division that won it all. And, you know, that big bad Astros machine appears to be slowing down. And the Rangers got through them. And now the Rangers have a ring on their finger. So it's going to be special.
Ring finger.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see and fun to watch. All right, to basketball we go. The Boston Celtics scored 155 points last night on Indiana. They won by 51 points.
How's that possible?
Second most points scored in franchise history. The Boston Celtics have been playing basketball for a very long time. And they scored 155 points. Red Auerbach was the coach the last time the Boston Celtics scored in the 150s.
Kids, Google him.
Okay.
Pretty
That's
good
the last
coach.
time the Boston Celtics scored 150 points in a game. And they scored 155 last night.
There was no shot clock either when Red was coach.
I believe that's right.
Yeah. They scored
The
that
shot
many
clock
points. Last night.
There was no three-point line either.
No.
No three-point line either.
No.
So
They must have just done a layup line to the basket. back
pretty
then.
much.
But holy crap. Like, I was watching the in-game last night and I saw minus 41.5. And Wetzel's like, would you take 41.5? I said, I'm not watching the game, but no. This feels like they're trying to beat them by 50.
Look, I don't know what's going on with Boston right now, but they've scored at least 108 points in every game this year. They scored 75 points in the first half last night.
Telling everybody, every show I go on, I said, hey, my guy Perrault came up with this last year. Watch that first half number. They're like, what are you talking about? I think books didn't adjust right away last year. I said there was 58, 57.5 when it was going down, and it was on the way up. It was 58.5, 59, got to 60. And they still kept going over. I said, look at the 75 last night.
It's
I think
back. First, it's
62
4
and a half
1
last night. I think it was 62 and a half.
I think it's 4-1 so far in the year. The only game it didn't go over was the first one. It's gone over every other game. It flew over last night. So 61's the number. If you get it down to around 61, you can bet over for Boston in the first half team totals. And last night, oh boy, they scored 75. So they're coming out hot. I don't know what type of message they're trying to send, but they lit up Washington and they lit up Indiana. And after the game, like to a man, they're like, this is a lot of fun. Like we got a lot of weapons. This is a lot of fun. This is like playing with a new toy gun. Like you're just like a paintball gun. You go light up the kids in the neighborhood with. It's like you're just running around going, this is fun. So
60.5 yesterday.
See ya.
60.5 or 61, depending
61.
on
That's what I mean. If it's at 61, you can bet over. If it gets to 62, that's a stop sign. Hold on. 58, 59, 60, 61. Go ahead. Take a shot on Celtics first half overs.
Wow, they got 46 points in the fourth quarter. Jimmy Jack with 4K said in the chat, 46 in the fourth. Damn, son. They didn't even call off the dogs.
No, that was the bench. That was the bench that did that. That was calling off the dogs.
That's awesome though, when you got the bench trying to compete with the starters saying, oh, you guys put up 42 in a second. We're going to put up 46 here.
In Indiana, I mean, they put in their scrubs too. So it was just basically like, punt on the game, let everything go. So
right.
Watch that. Lakers beat the Clippers again, 130-125. I watched a lot of this game. This was an interesting battle. No James Harden again, though. But if he comes in, if Harden can play with that core, that's going to be a fun team. I just don't know where the shots are going to come from James Harden. Every big shot last night was taken by Kawhi.
Yeah.
So,
I have a text. I didn't see it live, but it was sent to me. Kawhi Leonard says he plans on playing in all 82 games this season.
good.
Quote, I'm done resting. I want a big load. I swear to God, that was the quote. I want to send this to you so we can put this on the screen.
No.
No, you won't do it? All right, fair. It's only me and you.
No.
So but I saw it this morning. It says, I'm done resting.
We're not.
I want a big load. Kawhi Leonard this season. Hoop Central on Twitter.
Oh, no,
It's
Kawhi.
fantastic. I'm going to retweet it.
Kawhi.
100%.
What are you doing?
I'm saying what he said.
I know what he said, but I'm saying, what are you doing, Kawhi?
Wants
Oh,
a big
my.
load. He's ready to go.
Yikes. Okay.
No more load management. No more.
He wants
Now we're going to play. What? What have you been doing? People were defending him. Oh, he's hurt.
Get off the
he's
hub,
hurt.
Kawhi. Get off the hub. What are you doing?
Come on.
What are you doing, bro?
That was a fake tweet, Dave. Okay, good.
Oh.
Well, they got me. Match entry. Thank you, sir.
Oh, Dave got caught. Okay. It happens.
good.
I get caught too.
Yeah, Hoop Central.
I was going to say, whoa, what are you doing saying that? That's not a Kawhi type of sentence.
It's a phenomenal tweet.
It is. We
That's why I
caught
didn't
this last
put it
night.
on.
We called this yesterday. The Timberwolves beat the Nuggets by 11. They were 2-point dogs at home.
There's tricky lines, right? He just,
The NBA is already, even early in the season, it's like, why is it number 2? Oh, that's why. Timberwolves were live to win the game outright. They just they baited everybody to come and go, oh, give me the Nuggets, defending champion, lay the 2, easy. See you in 2 hours. Oh, whoops.
bye-bye.
Got led right to that one. That was a whoa number that we saw.
Did everybody play for Denver? There was
I
no
believe
sit-outs,
so.
right? Like it was just
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was just a bad night.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then finally for the NBA, we've got Warriors Kings last night. Our friend Justin was in a suite watching that game.
Was he?
He saw. I texted him right after the game-winning shot by Klay Thompson, and I was like, "What a damn game!" He goes, "I know, I'm here." I was like, "Whoa, it's a good game to be at."
Yeah.
Back and forth battle. No De'Aaron Fox, but like I mentioned, I still like the Kings plus the points, even without De'Aaron Fox. I didn't bet it last night, but I was like, you know what? I'm okay with Fox not being there. I think Monk is playing really well, and he stepped up and had a big game. The Warriors still do this. They sleepwalk through large portions of basketball games. Like they were down in the third quarter by double digits in that game. And they were able to come back and they started to hit threes. The NBA is so fickle because it was watching the game. It just reminded me it was an 11-point lead for the Kings. And then 4 possessions later, it was a 3-point lead
Just like
for
that.
the Kings.
Yeah.
And it was like, holy crap. Now, wait a minute. This game was easily in hand for Sacramento. And now all bets are off. We're heading to the fourth quarter and it's just going to be a nip and tuck. Who has the ball last, who hits a bigger shot. And Klay Thompson, Hall of Fame player, Hall of Fame shooter, does what Klay Thompson does, hits the game-winning shot. The Warriors had to survive a 0.2 Hail Mary attempt by the Kings, but fun basketball game last night, late night.
Do you think there's any credence, because you hear this in the book all the time and just in the content space, that a team like the Warriors are bored? Sometimes that's why they go through these lulls where they're just, the rotation is just not what it is. And there's games where you have to rest your guys, and your guys sometimes they're playing to win every game. There's never a game they play to lose.
But look at Milwaukee last night, though. Milwaukee last night would be a pretty clear indication of that.
What was that?
They didn't care. They literally, you saw it on Giannis's face. They just were we don't care about this game tonight. We're not here mentally. I'm somewhere else. They were getting throttled by the Raptors, and Giannis would rather have been back at home. I don't know, drinking a coffee or something. There was no anger, no mad, no emotion. Just all right, we lost. Who cares? Move on. No, I think there is a lot to that actually. And after the game, you heard Draymond Green say that last year's chemistry was awful on the basketball team. Well, that was because he punched a teammate in the face. So that was partly Draymond's fault as to why the chemistry was horrible. Jordan Poole is no longer on the team, so that helps. But of course it was negative and nasty because you created that dirty pool that you had the whole team sit in all season. So now, it's better now for the Warriors. But I think there is a lot of truth to that they have to be focused. I mean, they're all veterans. They all have multiple championships. They're all multimillionaires. I mean, you were losing to the little brother, and then they just said, okay, enough of that. Let's go win the game.
I treat every show that I do, not just here, but just every show, like I'm delivering the last version or the last national network evening news. Like, I really care about every show that I do.
Okay.
I don't really think that, and like when I played games, same way. There was never a night where I went.
Talk to me in 10 years.
No, I understand.
When you're 10 years into this, you may not feel the same way.
I understand. And maybe when you get the big bag and you kind of go, it's another show, whatever. I coached the kids like that.
Right.
And I understood there were games that the kids just didn't care. And I couldn't do anything about it as a coach. I was like, like two of you really want to be here. I can't do anything about this.
Right.
I can't do anything about this. So, it's a betting opportunity. You have to find out when those games and spots are. I think it's something worthwhile looking at.
Sure. But sometimes it's hard to know that.
Everyday sports, those things exist.
Right. It's why teams don't go 82-0. Because they just take games off. They just say, forget it. I'm bored. That's it. I'm done. Speaking of being bored, not everyone is happy about going to Germany this weekend in the NFL. Chiefs and Valdez Scantling on traveling to Germany. Quote, it sucks.
Matt came on, said, this sucks, that sucks, this sucks. And now we got Valdez Scantling saying traveling to Germany sucks. Why did he say that?
Well, he said it's inconvenient. It's inconvenient, but when they pressed him as to like, why is it inconvenient? He said, because he has to get a babysitter for his dogs. that makes him mad.
Easy. I mean, he got a point.
He said,
we got guys with dogs, girls with dogs. It's hard to find somebody to watch your dog. Who's going to watch your Cujo?
The ex. But it says, quote, I know we've got fans over in Germany, so I'm grateful that we get to give them that opportunity, but it sucks. It does suck for the players to have to be away from their families, and I've got to find a babysitter for my dogs for a couple of days. Things that we got to take into account, but past that, it is what it is. I think anyone gives a flying fuck about you getting your dogs watched, dude.
Sorry,
like this is come on, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, say something else. Don't say I have to get my dogs a babysitter. Like, look, I know dogs are family. I love dogs. I love animals. I have 5 of them or 4 in my house. I love pets. Okay. They're awesome.
How many animals you got over there?
4.
The dog,
2 dogs,
the cat, the lizard?
2 dogs, a cat, and a lizard.
Oh, the other dog. I forgot
4.
The normal dog.
Yeah, there's 4.
Yeah, that other little one is.
There's Cujo, there's Ninja, and then there's Nemo. So,
right.
they're 2 of them. One's normal, one's not. One wants to bite you, one wants to, be nice.
Right.
But I mean, come on, man. Like, your dog has to go to you have to go pay for a doggy babysitting show, put your dogs up to board your dogs. How in Kansas City, that's hard to do. Come on. Come on.
Find a good dog boarder. No,
that's ridiculous. I know Casey quite well.
You'll be gone a whole week.
You're right. That's more like I'll miss my dogs. It's better to say I'll miss my dogs than say I have to find a babysitter. Like it's some major hassle for you to go and do this. Like, come on, man. I get the idea though. Traveling over there is rough. What do you do at the game? -1.5. 51.5. Are we so sure this total? This seems high.
Yeah,
for a game of Germany.
All the Europe games usually go under, right?
Right. This seems high. This seems like, wow, really? 51.5.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. I sent in the better show picks. I gave him Miami.
Outright.
Well, it was +3 on the app yesterday. So
it crashed. Okay.
I said, yeah, I would take the 3 on there. I think Miami gives them a game. I think it's back and forth, but then, inevitably it's a showcase game, and who are they going to showcase? I mean,
both Miami and KC.
Yeah.
A lot of Dolphin fans worldwide right now.
Oh, no question. There should be, but like the face of the league is Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right.
I mean, the one thing about the Chiefs is that
what's her name going? I can't. What's her
Taylor's
name?
not going.
Taylor's not going.
No,
Taylor
she's not
Swift,
going.
that's
No,
right.
she's not going. So fade the Chiefs. No Taylor. Fade the Chiefs. 6-2 Kansas City. They lose this game. They go to 6-3.
Right.
The Chargers. I'm not saying they're gonna catch the Chiefs, but they better be a little bit wary of it. This is a 17-game schedule.
Are the Chargers are at the Jets on Monday night? They're favored by 3.5.
Yeah, if they win, they go 4-4.
They're losing that game outright.
Oh, I don't think so. So you have a 4-4 Chargers team and a 6-3 Chiefs team. Chiefs have a game in hand because they beat them straight up, but they're killing the AFC. They're 4-1. The Chiefs are. They're going to play a bunch of games against the NFC to come.
Uh-huh.
The Chiefs have got off to a very good start, but they've got games. I guess they're not going to play too many games. They play the Eagles, which is significant.
Wait,
Play the
Jimmy
Packers.
Jack just came in the chat and said Casey hasn't even left for Frankfurt yet. Is that possible?
Yes.
It's Thursday.
Teams will go over there on Friday. That's what they're doing.
What's my man worried about watching his dogs for? I thought he was going over there all week to do sightseeing and stuff.
No, they go Friday. These teams, this is what happened when the Bills went over there. The Bills went over on a Friday and looked half asleep.
Well, he can't come on and say it sucks to travel to Germany. It's just a little bit longer of a flight if you're waiting until Friday to go.
So
They
you're talking
leaving
about
yet?
well, it's the time. It's an 8-hour time difference between Kansas
Well,
City and
that's the
Frankfurt.
part that messes you up.
8 hours. It's a big difference in time zones. So they're going to try to keep it as normal as possible, but I don't know. I think Miami could be the side. I think you're right.
Yeah, it's a pick 'em game. Give me the points. I think they trade scores. I hope the game goes over. I mean, this is one, I picked a game in each time slot and called it let's travel through time and across the world. And we started in the Germany game, and then I picked the game in an early time slot, a mid-time slot, and a night game. So
any angle, any narrative you buy into with the Tariq Hill revenge game?
no.
Okay.
You?
Yes.
Really?
They're going to give him the football a lot. Yeah.
They give him the football a lot anyway.
I know, but I think they're really going to give him the football a lot. He knows their defense. He knows who he can beat. I think you'll see Tariq Hill.
And as long as Tyreek Hill's breathing, I'm a big fan of Tyreek Hill. He gave me these glasses. The people at these are the Soul Runner Tyreek Hill glasses. I'm a big fan of Tyreek Hill.
Wear those during the game. I think he's going to have a big game. I do. He already had a 200-yard receiving game once. I don't think he'll have a 200-yarder, but I think he could have over 100 yards easy against the Chiefs coming up here and do a good job. All right, so let's get to some of these quarterbacks. These quarterback matchups are unbelievable. Yeah. Vikings at the Falcons. Jaron Hall against Taylor Heineke.
Okay.
How do you bet this?
You don't. This is a line through it.
Right. Go on.
Hey, what do you like in this game? I have nothing. I got a line through it. But
Vikings on the road.
I grab my sheet like this. I still do this like an old man. I grab the sheets.
Yeah.
Right. And I go through and I go, Vikings, Falcons. Perrault told me it's
Jaron Hall against
Jaron Hall
against Taylor Heineke.
Taylor Heineke. The Heineke's the guy that used to be with the Commanders.
Correct.
Zip, line right through it.
Goodbye.
Done. Next. Bye-bye. Who else?
Arizona at Cleveland. Cleveland -8. Clayton Tune versus PJ Walker.
Sounds like a band. Clayton Tune versus PJ Walker. We're playing on the Lido deck, an evening show and a late show.
Yep.
What in the hell do you do with this game?
Line through it.
Line. This one is 2 lines through it.
Giants at Vegas. Tommy DeVito against Aiden O'Connell. These are NFL football games. These are NFL games, but these are the quarterbacks this week in week 9.
Giants at Vegas. What could have been? What are the records of these teams going into this game right now?
The records of these teams going into these games. The
Giants
New York Football Giants are 2-6.
2-6.
And the Las Vegas Raiders are 3-5.
2-6 versus 3-5. Tommy DeVito, nice Italian guy, against Aiden O'Connell.
Tommy DeVito cannot throw save his
nice
life.
Irish guy, I would assume.
Yeah, he is. I think. Yeah.
We got Gio to WAP, in our chat and a proxy service guy, which, by the way, guys, if you're setting your picks, remember, get them to us by 3:00 Pacific, 6:00 Eastern. I don't know, Perrault. After talking to Adam Hill yesterday, Adam Hill's the Review Journal, beat reporter for the Raiders.
Yeah.
I think I played the Raiders in this spot. I was all over the Giants before when I thought, oh, they fired the coach. It's all this other stuff. There might be that dead cat bounce here. This one might be one to partake in, no?
God bless you. Sorry. I think there is something to it, but I'm concerned before you play it to make sure that Daniel Jones isn't playing. Because right now it's Tommy DeVito, but if Daniel Jones plays, that would change my opinion. But Aiden O'Connell was horrible. Under is the only play in this game in my mind.
37.
Under.
2-6, 3-5, 37.
Bad quarterbacks.
I ain't gonna be watching this game.
Yeah.
You got another one? This is like playing the hits. You got another quarterback matchup?
Well, that last one is Gardner Minshew against Bryce Young.
Well, these are two NFL quarterbacks at least.
But they're still not great. I mean, one's a backup, one's a rookie.
But they can play.
Right.
These guys have played, can play, will play. I don't know.
Roster spots in the NFL. Yes, I would agree with that. Other than the other 6, these guys are roster.
Are you good with the Colts being 2.5-point road favorites?
I am not. No, I am not.
That's stinky. Last week, Houston was a 3-point road favorite at Carolina and lost.
And the Colts could be the same victim.
We got a lot of people from Indiana to watch the show and get in live in the chat. I'll ask you guys. I'll defer to the chat. Colts -2.5, Carolina +2.5. Who do you got? Put it in the chat right now.
Now, there are 2 monster games. The first,
monsters.
Dallas at Philly.
Hell yeah.
This is a huge game for Dallas.
It is.
Huge game for Dallas. And a huge opportunity here because they would be 6-2. Eagles will be 7-2 if the Cowboys can win this game. And I didn't bet it. I should have bet it, but I still do not believe the Eagles win the division.
You've held true to that. You said that before the season. In the summer, you can go back and look. People going back. Did you see JC from KC found you talking about the rain and put it on the Twitter?
Pretty good.
JC from KC, man. I got to get you a hat. You got to pick the color. You got a hat coming at least minimum. That was good. But they can go back and see in the summer. You were adamant. You said, what's the stat since like 2004? Nobody's won this division twice.
03-04 was the last time an NFC East team went back-to-back, and it was the Eagles who did it in 03-04. It's also the same year that any team won back-to-back championships, which is why the Chiefs aren't winning the Super Bowl this year.
Damn, bro.
So, playing the streak. Dallas, outright.
Oh, I like Philly. This is one where they trade the home team holds court.
Okay.
The home team holds court.
I can see it.
Philly will go to Dallas and lose.
What's funny is that the Eagles, the 2 games the Cowboys have lost are both have been on the road.
Mm-hmm.
They're 2-2 on the road. Eagles are 4-1. Eagles are 3-0 at home. Dallas 2-2 on the road.
The late window on Sunday, for those of you that don't know, there are 3 games in the afternoon. Only 3, because when they put that Germany game up,
takes it out.
It messes everything up. And there's 4 bye weeks, 4 teams on a bye.
Yep.
So we have 1:00 Pacific, 4:00 Eastern, the early one, 4:05. Indianapolis at Carolina. Ain't nobody going to be watching that. Pardon me, Colts fans. You ain't even going to be watching much of that. Giants at the Raiders here in town. It's DeVito, O'Connell, 2-6, 3-5. Ain't nobody be watching that game. And there's only one other game.
Right.
Dallas at Philly. 98% of the country is going to be watching that game. Big game. 47 is a total, Perrault. It's right there on the graphic. Great job with the graphic. Type of game are we getting in this game?
Slobber knocker.
Under?
Yeah. Divisional brawl, rock fight. Although the Eagles don't play those games all that often, though. So I more than I think about it, They don't really play games like that. So maybe maybe over. Yeah. All right. Over. Yeah.
That's
I rethought it.
my lean is
Yeah.
that we're trading scores this week.
It's weird though. The Cowboys, like in their victories, right? They've won 5 games this year. Have they scored less than 20 points in any of their victories? 40, 30, 38, 20, 43. They score in all their victories. When they
Dallas
win, Dallas scores.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
all right, over. Yeah, over.
I see either team winning.
20, you know what? This is the number. They scored 16 against the Cardinals, lost. 10 against the Niners, lost. 20 is the number. Dallas scores 20, they win. 20 or more points, they win.
Well, I think they can lose 28-24. They can score 24 and lose. But I think that's the type of game we get. I do.
Fair.
I think it's going over. I like Philly. I think Philly
I agree with you. No, I thought about it. My first plus was under, but I think you're right.
Yeah. So
because Philly doesn't play low scoring games, and Dallas needs to score to win.
Well, I mean, we'll see how it gets called. It's going to be so influenced by officials, if it turns out it's weather related. I don't know. They're setting it up all week. Hurts is wearing a knee brace. He's limping around the facility. Blah, 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 blah. Feels like a setup job to me. It feels like a complete setup job where the Eagles win this type of game.
Buffalo's at Cincy.
Now, this is the game of the week.
Monster. What about Allen?
What about him? What do you say?
The shoulder is the question, right?
Shoulder is the question. As it should be, no?
Is he playing?
What do you mean, bro? He ain't playing?
Well, he said he's going to play, but this is Sunday night football. We finally have a good Sunday night football game.
Oh, man.
But, I mean, Josh Allen, the shoulder, he did not practice yesterday.
Josh Allen did not practice yesterday? Just took the day off on a Wednesday?
No, the shoulder is a problem. Shoulder's banged up. So watch it. It's Thursday. It's the Sunday night. I mean, I would be shocked if he's not playing, but take a look at it. First blush, who wins?
I'm gonna let the people put it in the chat first because they didn't put much in the chat with the other game. There was much not in the Miami game was interesting. We got a lot of people that responded to that. We got all indies. We didn't get one. Surprisingly enough, we didn't get one Carolina. Just Cincy -2, Buffalo +2. I don't know. I'm wearing a Burrow glasses. I'm a huge fan of Joe B. And the Bengals. Now you come off the win in San Francisco and come home. Is that a concern? Like, would you like them? I've heard people say this, Perrault. They would like Cincy better if they lost in San Francisco. Does that matter?
Not to me. I like the Bengals.
I like the Bengals too.
I mean, I like the Bengals.
I do. We're going to break all this down. We'll have all them fancy graphics tomorrow night on Sports Grid. You guys, if you're watching, you'll see it.
It's the way the Bengals, I think they are on the ascension. I think they're going up. They're playing better. They're gelling. Their offense is starting to come around. And I think the injuries for the Buffalo Bills defense will be the difference in this football game. I don't think they're going to be able to guard and cover the weapons for Cincy. And Burrow is playing out of his mind right now. He's playing some of the best football in his career right now after this injury. He is balling out.
Say Allen's okay.
Yep.
And it's not that big of a deal. I don't want to say the offenses cancel each other out, but I am still not sure about the Buffalo defense.
Josh Allen, thank you, CBW. Josh Allen, full participant at practice today. Yeah. So he sat yesterday, so
he took the day off. Just rest. I like what Cincy's defense is doing. And I feel like Allen throws a pick every game.
He does.
I mean, it's only priced minus 125 or minus 130.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you should bet it while you can. I'm going to keep putting it up. And again, whether it's content or not, it wins.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes betting the same thing over and over is good for you. Just like eating your vegetables is good for you. It don't always taste great. Some days you really enjoy it. Some days you don't, but your body's better off for it. Your bankroll's better off for betting a Josh Allen pick. I like Cincy. Put it in the chat. We got a couple people already put it. Cincy getting hot. JC from KC, Cincy -2. I don't know.
I'd lay it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, the number moved against you because they went up. You know, it's consistent 2 now.
Okay.
But the books were testing the market. It opened up Buffalo -1.5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's coming back to that.
Pick.
It's gonna come back because they got the plus money on the Bengals
plus
already,
right.
And now they're gonna take the plus on the Bills. Does the game go over 49.5?
It's high. No, too high.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is that game, the night game in Cincy, lower scoring.
Mm-hmm. Fair. To the NBA, last night Toronto beat Milwaukee. They're on a back-to-back. They're at Philly laying 8, and Philly's laying 8.5 tonight. You want the Sixers at home?
No. Do you? No.
I want no part of this game, to be quite honest.
Although, I mean, how good was Toronto yesterday?
Very good. They were great. They lost 3 games in a row. I thought they were going down to be dead. And whenever I call this team to be dead, they rise up. Game 1, thought they were going to have an awful year. They won. Last night, dead. Take Milwaukee -5. I didn't bet it, but I thought Milwaukee would go in there and clean up. Nope, got crushed.
Right.
So, but on a back-to-back, we'll see what this is a good test for Philly. Let's see what these new look Sixers. See who's always on the court for them tonight. But
I have no idea I don't have a clue how they respond to all that.
Right.
I don't have a clue. I mean, this might be a celebration.
Correct. The books. I think this is a searching of what the number should be type line.
It's moving right now, actually.
2, up or down.
Painted 8 now.
Okay, down. Okay, it's too high. Makes sense. Yeah, I think
we got the number we needed. Now
the books put it up to see when will they bet under, and they got it. So it's 8.5.
So we need to know where we
the
bounce
bottom
between 8, 7, 8, 7. Just we don't have to go to 8.5 again. Anytime we need that dog money, we'll just go there.
The Spurs beat the Suns. Took a day off. Same 2 teams. Same location.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this. I don't like this. Lay 8.5 with Phoenix. Pissed off Suns after the way the game went in the first time around.
I can think of worse places to stay for a couple days than Phoenix. Like that.
Zigzag, by the way, in case you're curious, zigzag in the NBA, same 2 teams. Team A wins game A. Team B covers in game 2. 2-0 so far this year.
Same city.
No, just same teams. Doesn't matter city. Knicks, Kings. No, Knicks won game 1. Cavs won game 2 last night. That was the zigzag. That was the second time we've done a zigzag so far this year. So you want to bet the Suns tonight? Suns, if you want to follow that zigzag trend.
Wait, the Knicks lost that game outright?
Yeah.
NBA is so silly.
Cavs won the game outright.
95-89. Dead on 95-89. The total was 210.
Yep. Close it to 210.
It was Knicks games under.
It was I mean, look, I did. I bet the first game under, but I didn't bet the second game under. First game I bet under 214, but second game was 212, and I was like, it's in New York. I was like, I don't know what to do with that, so I stayed away from it. But yeah, I mean, Cavaliers against Eastern Conference teams and Knicks games in general are going to go under.
The number's the same: 9, 8.5.
Yep.
8.5.
Feels
9.
like a
They're
rout.
bouncing it right now.
It really does feel like a rout. And the total, I laid under 227. It fell 229.
That's 227 today.
It's the same number. It could be the same result.
This is the thing. Like in the book, we just put up the same number. Yeah, but the Spurs won last time. No,
I know, but the Spurs aren't going to play. Like the handicap was right. They scored. It was a 69-point third quarter. It's not going to happen again.
absurd fourth quarter too.
Yeah, it's not going to happen again. So, like, I think the under is the play in this game again. And I think laying it with Phoenix, and I think the Spurs get killed. Like I thought game 1 was going to go. Spurs don't score. Suns win going away. They cover under.
Is Booker playing tonight? No.
I don't believe so.
What a deal. What a deal. I don't know. I get the stop sign for me is 7. As soon as we get to go over 7, I don't like laying a favorite. We'll get to lay a shorter number. But I mean, I laid 2.5 the other night with Phoenix and lost. So that don't always work either.
Right.
I don't know.
To hockey we go. Hurricanes at the Rangers. Rangers are
what a schedule today, Perrault.
Great. I agree with you. Awesome schedule. Carolina 5-2 to the over on the road. Total is 5.5.
Do we got the number ones playing tonight?
You're supposed to. Let's see if they're confirmed. Hold on.
Let's get the number ones in there.
It doesn't matter to me, to be honest with you, if it's number ones. But let's see. Rangers. It's Anderson against Shesterkin. Yep. Number ones.
Under the?
No.
Over the?
First period over. Game over.
Ooh. This is a good hockey game.
Carolina can't stop anybody. They give up so many goals.
Playing way different. They're playing way different than they have in the past. That's right. They are.
I'm not sure why. It's not really working.
Yeah, it's not leading to wins and losses success.
I don't really understand what's going on with Carolina so far. I mean, they're 6-4 on the year.
Right.
Like this is like, what are we doing here?
Again, like I mean, you know, and you're doing a good job with the juice and then bringing people over here and talking about hockey. And we got a lot of people watching hockey now that weren't watching hockey before, but I've said this for so many years, like, and Matt came on with a good stat. If you're not in the playoffs on the standings by Thanksgiving, then 75% of the time you don't make it.
It's unbelievable.
That's a lot. I thought it was 80. That's why I was glad he said 75. It's either 75 or 80% of the time. That's true. There's a lot of things being worked out right now. Cautious. Don't just blindly bet stuff. I'm leaning under in this game. Okay. I think we see a playoff game tonight.
Playoff game, really?
Between these two. These two teams do not like each other at all.
Rangers 7-2, Hurricanes 6-4. Top 2 teams in the Metropolitan Division.
Yeah.
Tonight.
I think Rangers,
4-2.
And they play to the under, or
Open
Carolina net. Into the over.
Okay.
Kind of looking at it like that.
Open nets, 4-2 final. Next game, this is wild. New Jersey at Minnesota. Wild are 3-1, overs at home. Devils are 8-0 to the over this year. They're 2-0 on the road. It's 6.5. They won't go to 7.
Why not?
It's minus 135. I don't know why. It's a great question.
See, now this is great. Like I should text JYD at Circa and say, listen, I'll cover all the 7s myself. Just go to 7, see who bets under. If anybody bets under. I love to be sitting in a book right now going, hey, going to 7. Let them bet it under. This game's going over, Perrault. Come on.
Feels like it. I mean,
35?
First period, gifts, goal in the first 5.
Light them up.
I mean, this might be, by the way, did you see yesterday? We talked about it. The 2 goals in the first 10 minutes, the plus 250 cashed for Buffalo and Philly.
Flyers and Sabres.
This game is another game you want to bet it. This game may have 2 goals in the first 10 minutes.
Plus 250, that was.
It probably will be same today. Similar price to
both teams score in the first 10 minutes. Yeah.
It's
possible. We called it yesterday. And we don't pat ourselves on the back. We don't give each other flowers. None of that shit happens on this show.
No.
We just show up and do it again tomorrow.
I really hate that. I really hate that term.
What's that?
Can we stop saying that term?
What?
I really hate that term. Giving each other flowers. I really don't.
I don't know when that started.
It really.
I don't even know what that means.
I really don't like it.
It's so annoying. Like go to the flower shop and go buy flowers. That means something. But I want to give you your I want to give you the flower. Give you your flowers. What? Shut the.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I don't
Let
know.
this game over.
I would agree. Toronto and Boston.
Now we're talking.
8-0-1 Bruins.
Yes,
Total
sir.
is 6.
Yes, sir. You know what's coming for you tonight, Bruins. Yeah. Regular season,
me and
paper champion, Toronto Maple Leafs.
Correct. They're going to lose tonight to the Boston Bruins.
No.
Swayman's 4-0, my friend.
This is the night.
You want back to Maple Leafs? Go right ahead. I've already bet the Bruins. I'm taking my team. I'm good.
This is what the Maple Leafs do. Cam said it yesterday. We're going to get to talk to him on Friday.
This is what the Maple Leafs do?
Sports. Oh, yeah,
choke in big games? Yes.
Oh, yeah. Paper champions. Regular season. Bullies. Big shots.
They're 5-3-1.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, okay. The 3-1-1 on the road. They're not going into Boston and winning this game.
Oh, but contraire, mon frere.
Okay. Bruins have played badly the last 2 home games.
They have.
Okay. Yeah, they're not happy about it.
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
Maple Leafs winning tonight, son.
Yeah, taking the Bruins. Sorry, I'm gladly going against you on this. Taking Swayman at home. I like that Swayman over Ullmark. Over to be quite honest. Yeah, this is an old rivalry game that dates back years, which I absolutely love.
This was one of the best rivalries. They used to beat the living caca out of each other. They're not going to be like that tonight. This game goes over, no?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. No? I thought about that. I don't know. I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean,
all these people been betting under rhombuses and parallelograms.
I mean, the Bruins
6 under 20
because the Bruins are statistically one of the best teams for the under on the year, in particular at home. I mean, they gave up 2. They lost the game 4-3 to the Ducks, and then came back and beat the Panthers 3-2. Like, you don't score more than 2 goals on the Bruins in Boston. Trying to see last year what the record was.
Like Herb Brooks said in the movie Miracle. Not tonight. Not tonight. I think the game goes over.
Yeah,
and
Bruins,
I think
were
the
3-1 last year, by the way. The 3-1 last year against the Leafs. They won both home games.
I hope we can come on tomorrow. Do you like the Bruins' new uniform with the color?
No.
What is that? Did they go to like a mustard, gold, yellow? What is that?
100-year anniversary.
The uniforms look 100 years old.
That's what that point. That's the gold centennial, whatever. It's gold 50 or gold 100. What's gold when you retire? What's the 50-year thing? That's why it's gold. It's for whatever year. It's whatever year they're celebrating. 50th anniversary, whatever. That's what they're celebrating it. That's why they're wearing it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I thought my TV was going bad the other night. I looked. I'm like, why is that? I love the pop of the wheel with the B and like that hat you got with the B. I'm contemplating getting a Ray Bork jersey or something like an old school. And I like
centennial. Yeah, it's for their 100-year.
100-year. It's the original colors.
The centennial. Yeah, recognized 100 years of original 6 franchise Boston Bruins hockey. There are 3 jerseys this year that they're wearing.
Well, that one.
The Bruins white jersey will always be my favorite.
Is that clean? Oh, is that nice?
I love that jersey. I hated when they started wearing, that's now the road jerseys because they wear black sweaters at home now.
Yeah.
And so I don't love that, but so I like the Bruins. You like?
I don't know. Put it in the chat. We got a lot of people in the chat. We got a lot of people watching up in Canada. Toronto or Boston. It's a dead pick 'em right now. -105 on both sides. The 2 books I'm looking at right now. -110 for the home team. Even money on the other. Ain't no line. Don't worry about nothing. Leafs, Bees. Who you got?
We did the same bet with Buffalo yesterday. Got there.
Did. Buffalo 2-2. 2-2 in the first, 4 goals. I was like, this is great. This is flying over. No goals in the second.
But that's the bet, though. First period over, second period under, or flip-flop.
How many times we got to say it? This is wonderful.
Yep.
Again, anyone out there watching the content, thank you very much for watching. Say you heard it on here because I ain't heard that. Nobody else say that, but that's true. No goals in the second. There was 4-2 in the third. We needed a late empty netter to get there.
To get there. Yeah, almost didn't get there. That's true. Dallas they won at Calgary last night. They're at Edmonton tonight as dogs. Total 6.5.
Yeah. We got the right goalie in there. We got Ottinger in there.
Nope. Wedgwood.
Which
Skinner.
is okay.
Skinner. This is an over game. Wedgwood Skinner's over.
Man.
Yeah. It's not Campbell and it's not Ottinger.
Oy, oy, oy. 6.5 over -15. I feel like we're flipping a coin with that. I don't feel strongly about it either way.
4-3 final.
Over. You like over to?
Mm-hmm. Same as last night. Last night was 4-3. Dallas won 4-3.
Right.
4-3 final. Edmonton has dogs, though. I kind of like the Oilers.
What do you mean? Edmonton's favored.
Oh, it flipped. It was a dog this morning.
Oh, you wrote it wrong. Edmonton
You know
was
what?
never a dog at home. It's -145 now. It's -130 last night.
Whoa. I almost bet this last night. What are you talking about?
-130. Edmonton -130. Opening number. 2 places. I just clicked it.
Huh. I almost bet that last night. I thought they were
tired
home dogs.
last night. There's a lot of things going on last night.
I thought they were home dogs.
You're not
Okay.
walking in the middle of the night, by the way.
I am, yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Got to get my second outdoor workout in. Sometimes you got to do it at 11:30 at night. You got to go for a 3-mile walk at 11:30 at night.
I'd fallen asleep.
I texted Dave and said, if I'm murdered, you know where I am because I'm
I
walking
woke
by
up to that.
I'm walking by myself. If I'm missing, you know where I was because no one else knows where I am.
I woke up to that. I was like, where did he go?
I didn't go anywhere. I went in my neighborhood, but I mean, it's like there's so many like bushes and like things.
Hell
that
yeah.
you could hide behind in my neighborhood that I'm like, if I have my ear pods on, I'm listening to an audiobook, I'm walking, it's middle of the night, it's pitch black. Like it's awesome too, because the guys who are running at that, like it's like the awesome like tip of the cap because you see guys who are running. It's like
the best. Yeah. How you doing,
us.
bro?
It's just us. We're the only ones who are out here doing this. But yeah, because I went to the gym. And then I went to the gym at 8 and I got home at 8. I ate dinner and then it was 11 o'clock and I hadn't done my outdoor workout yet. So I was like, all right, I'm going for the walk. And I went for the walk. But you see weird things in suburban America at that time of night. I saw a guy, he was like half dressed running from one street to the other with his cell phone. Like he was not in like running gear. And I was like, who are you running from?
Chasing him?
I think somebody may have walked in on him and somebody else.
I think
he
was running and he was calling Uber.
I think he wasn't supposed to be in the house he was in. I think somebody got caught. Yeah, I think someone got caught with an illegal title shot that they got caught with. I was like, I'm not going to speculate what you're doing, but I'm going to speculate what you're doing. I'm guessing that you're not exactly supposed to be where you were at. So, okay, that's interesting. So it was 11:30 at night. And then finally, Winnipeg at Vegas tonight. Last game or one of the last games of the night. 9-0-1 Vegas.
Yeah.
Numbers coming down. They're
right.
taking the peg. No, thank you.
We saw this love for Winnipeg a lot in the market last year.
Hellebuck, this place is a house of horrors for him, okay?
It's not good.
He didn't play well here at all. He didn't play well in the playoffs here. Didn't play well in the regular season here. This is not a game I'd back Connor Hellebuck. No, thank you.
They're playing it.
Yep.
It
was 165.
Love the Jets.
It was 165 last night.
Not for long. I have -135, 140. And Circuit just went to -129.
Yeah.
Trying to find a bottom. Must be all them people from Winnipeg here in town. Welcome.
There's a lot of them. I mean, they love coming down here. They love being a part of it. But it's
nice
one of those
outside for them too.
It is nice. I mean, I would lean towards the under. Vegas is an under team at home, much like the Bruins. They're an under team at home. When I'm running cold, I tend to just jump on my teams.
Right.
Bruins money line, Vegas in regulation.
Bruins money line
to get W's tonight.
In Vegas in regulation. Okay.
It was 165 last night. You know, I 130. I would say it gets to 130. Go ahead and just lay it. Just take, don't worry about it. You get the overtime. Lay the 1.3 units down. Take the overtime. But for last night,
we're getting right to the portion of the show where Perrault's going to sign us off the replay on Sports Grid and all this other stuff. If you have a super chat question or a game you want us to talk about, hit the super chat button. We'll address it in the BVB bonus time. Get us out of here, Perrault.
Which is starting right now. If you're live on YouTube, live on Twitter, don't move. If you're on Sports Grid or on SiriusXM, we'll talk to you tomorrow for a Roll Call Friday. Now we start what we call bonus time. ESPN Bet made the announcement
We're going to need to
yesterday.
address this tomorrow on Roll Call Friday.
Why? There's nothing to address here. It's just what do you want to address? ESPN Bet starts on November the 14th. They made the announcement. 17 states they'll be legal in.
Huh.
They rebranded Daily Wager to ESPN Bet Live.
Oy.
It starts. If you don't like ESPN Bet, I'm really sorry for you because it's about to be absolutely drilled down your throat from now until the Super Bowl.
Yes, it is.
Every single promotion, Scott Van Pelt on down. Everyone's going to be doing it.
Yeah.
Live looks.
I'm retweeting the tweet. Did you see the ESPN PR tweet?
I did.
Yeah. I'm retweeting that. Can't wait.
It's coming.
We're never getting off late night.
We're
It's
not.
okay.
It's coming. Big push onto this. Do they get ever to their goal of 20% market share? I would agree.
Come on. They have a 3-year deal to get to 10-year deal total. A 3-year out. I'll tell you guys right now, they ain't renewing. 3-year deal. 3. Like this, or like this with 2 hands. That'll be it. Good luck. They're going to oversaturate the talk.
All right, so let me ask you this question.
Yes, sir.
Is there a way that they could get there, in your opinion? If today, before they launch on November the 2nd, before they launch on the 14th, you're saying that in 3 years they will opt out because the success will not be what they are expecting. Correct. Is there something you think they could do to get there? There's nothing they can do. Dead on arrival.
They're going to be alarmingly disappointed in the numbers that they think they're going to do bet-wise. It's not going to work. Platform matters. Tell people long enough that smoking is good, and they try it, and they get sick, or they have a friend that smoked, or they have a family member that smoked, and they get sick and all this other stuff. They don't want to smoke anymore.
We're equating sports betting to smoking now.
I'm just using an example of something that you stop doing because, one, it's either not good for you, or two, you don't have the money to do it. Did you ever go buy? I don't smoke. I never did. But do you know how expensive cigarettes are now?
I do not. I know they're a lot, but I don't know how much. I think it's like $10
the
a
most
pack,
they've
right?
ever been in the history of the world.
$10 a pack?
I think in that neighborhood, wherever you're at, if you smoke, put it in the chat how much a pack of cigarettes is, because it's absurd. But you stop.
$140 a week habit if you're doing a pack a day.
Right?
It's a card payment.
Do the same game parlays for a week and see how that goes, especially the pre-made ones, which they're going to push the crap out of.
Agreed.
They're going to push the bad stuff because
but here's my question.
There is no good stuff unless you're actually doing it or paying attention.
So why is DraftKings doing well right now?
Doing well how?
I mean, in terms of their overall market share, sports betting wise as well, they have cut into FanDuel. They have taken FanDuel down in certain states. They are the number one sports betting app in certain states. Flutter and FanDuel is still number one across the country. Still have, pretty much 60% of the market share right now. But there's some evidence to say that DraftKings is doing some good work in starting to make more money in certain parts of the country.
Aren't they?
Yeah. So, I mean, in Mass, they got a really good lead in Massachusetts.
They have a big percentage of the business.
Yeah, they've done well. So my point is
the business is a side business. It's not the business.
Well, isn't ESPN Bet a side business for ESPN? It's not the business.
As long as they treat it as such, then they'll make it.
It's not the business. It's a side business. I mean, they're
not business.
They're not running the book. They're just promoting it. They're just pushing it because they have a vested interest in seeing it succeed.
Okay.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. Like, I don't think you're wrong. I'm saying you're saying it's not going to work.
$13.62 a pack of cigarettes in Massachussets. Thank you, Ross.
I buy that in Mass. Oh, I buy that wholeheartedly. Yes. Is that everywhere though? Is that like in Alabama too? Is it $13 a
Big
pack in
Business
Alabama?
said they're $7.99 in Texas.
There we go. Okay, that makes more sense.
Jimmy Jack with 4K said his mom pays $11 a day per pack.
Wow.
For moral.
Yeah, I think Massachusetts would rather have you blow a line of cocaine than smoke cigarettes. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I think they would prefer you be on to do cocaine than to smoke. Like smoking is like the number one enemy of you light up. Like go to Massachusetts and smoke a cigarette and see the looks you get. Like people.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, it is bad.
And we live in the smoking capital of the world.
Yeah, Massachusetts. That is a public nuisance of the number one degree. If Mass could ban cigarettes and make them illegal, they would. 100%.
It's $10 per pack in New York from CBW.
Yeah, same.
We'll see you tomorrow to talk about the BC Syracuse game on
same type state, same state though. New York's very similar to Mass. They want
$8.99 a pack in Virginia.
Yeah, that's good. The further south you go, the cheaper the price. the more the taxes aren't going to impact.
What?
$13 a pack.
Lessman, Lessman. Lessman. Never seen you in here before, but thank you again for being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tell the people. $18 to $22 a pack in Canada on the west coast of Canada.
$20?
What?
Dude, that's cannabis prices. Holy shit, that's incredible. $20 a pack. How many grams I wonder how many grams of tobacco are in a pack of cigarettes?
I don't know, but what the is that?
Well, I want to know because
that's enough to tell you to quit, right?
Right, because an eighth is 3.5 grams, and an eighth of marijuana, an eighth of good marijuana will run you anywhere from $25 to $50, depending on where you're going. So I wonder if there's 30. I wonder how many grams of tobacco are in a pack of cigarettes. I'm going to say 2 grams. I'll say 2 grams of tobacco are in a pack, maybe 2.5 grams.
I don't know what portion of the show this is. We've never gone there before. You just said you'd rather do a line of cocaine.
I didn't say me. I said Massachusetts.
Right. But
I'm just talking about the cost of it, like how much, because that tobacco in Canada is getting into cannabis prices. Like that's how much tobacco is being valued and being sold at the same ratio as cannabis. That's amazing.
That's unbelievable. Lessman is a longtime watcher of the show. Thank you again for being here. Thank you. And again, leave a comment on the YouTube feed. I'm trying to get to those comments and answer. They told me if we leave comments to each other, you guys answer each other's comments, we get interaction. Right. Something happens. I don't know, but we'll wait and see.
Algo kicks in.
ESPN Bet will have. Listen, they got the megaphone. They're buying Hulu. They're going to stream all kind of crap. They're going to talk about prop bets. They're going to talk about, winners and losers and all that other stuff. They got people and pretty faces and fancy ass
I don't
suits.
know how aggressive. I'll say this. I don't know how aggressive they're going to be outside of the pre and halftime shows. I think you'll see spots during Sports Center, during spot breaks. But do you think Scott Van Pelt's going to have bad beats brought to you by ESPN Bet?
Oh, I think you'll see commercials splashed all over it. Yeah.
I think commercials, but we're seeing commercials anyway. Commercials are ignored. No one watches them. As my class in UNLV can tell you, no one watches commercials. So the commercials I don't care about. It's the in-content stuff that will be the most impactful.
Well, you just gave him the idea. So you guys that are listening to the show up at ESPN appreciate that as well.
I'm sure
probably
ESPN
brought to you by ESPN Bet.
Seems like a very likely thing. If they don't do that, I'd actually be impressed. But that feels like what they're going to do. That feels like how they're going to do it. So we'll watch it. Time for Better to Book It. A different direction for the game tonight. Titans team total over 16.5.
Wow.
So I think the books are saying the final score is 2017.
And you want to lay 120 sweating, you get a half a point of margin?
Well, no, because they could score 20.
You think Tennessee's going to go into Pittsburgh and win tonight?
Potentially, yes. If Pickett gets knocked out and you have Mason Rudolph or you have Mitch Trubisky playing a large portion of this game, yes. I trust the Titans offense with Will Levis and DeAndre Hopkins, who looks like he's going to play.
Against that defense?
Your secondary is banged up, dude. Minka's out. You have no Fitzpatrick tonight.
He ain't playing?
He's not playing. No Fitzpatrick. He's out. Okay. They're going to throw the ball on you guys tonight. They're not going to run the ball. Cam Hayward's right there. Okay. So you're not running the ball. That's fine. You're going to throw on them. So I think there's big play opportunities. I think 17 points is really possible for this Titans team on the road. And I don't know anything else. I just think the Titans offense can score on the Steelers defense. And I think there's a good shot that your offense turns the football over against that defense for the Titans. Short fields, fumbles and picks tonight by that offense.
Kids used to say doubles and bombs, bro. You just said fumbles and picks. I thought the same thing. BVB, fumbles and picks, bro. Put that on the t-shirt. Bet under. I don't know. This is a book it.
Because this game can go under. This can be a 17-13 win. Game goes under.
True.
So I'm trying to limit the volatility for what and try to boil it down as to what do I think is the most likely thing that's going to happen. It's Will Levis. It's a rookie quarterback, but can he score 17 points? Yeah, I think he can.
Okay.
2 touchdowns and a field goal.
3 field goals and a touchdown, 16 now.
Okay, then I lose. Fine.
It's going to fall right around this number.
This number is 17 and a half now. This number's already gone up a whole point. If it's 17 and a half, don't play it.
Yeah,
I think the number is 17.
The number is 17. That's why yeah. I take my shot. I think the game goes under.
The game can go under. It can be 17-7.
True.
So I'm eliminating the possibility of a primetime under catching me because it doesn't matter what the Steelers do. Steelers do whatever the hell they want. Right. I'm only going up with the Titans offense, which I know it's like the sexier pick. Like, he threw 4 touchdown passes last week. I don't think Will Levis is going to do anything near like he did last week. Steelers are going to be ready for him. This is Mike Tomlin. He may throw 2 picks in this game. They may get routed 40-17. I don't need to worry about what the other side's doing by doing this. I like this better than a same game teaser because I'm concerned that Will Levis could get Mike Tomlin him. And you may have 2 pick sixes and, it's a 40-20 type of game. And you have a blowout.
I would be shocked if that's the type of game this is.
I'm just saying it's a rookie quarterback making his first start on the road. It's a lot to trust Will Levis to do anything here.
Right.
So I'm concerned on any side, any number, 8.5. I could have teased it up to 8.5.
Right.
I don't know. That scares me. Like, I don't know if that's enough points. If Pittsburgh wins, they could win by 10 easy. That kills it. If there's tons of picks and fumbles, we take it. Very nice. We take a number that's what, 36.5 right now?
37.
37. Okay. You're teasing up to 43. Am I in love with that under? Not really. Am I in love with that over? No way. So even pulling it down and going, okay, take it from 37 to 31. Am I in love with that? No. 17-13 beats me. So I couldn't last night, as I was going through this last night, I was like, the only thing I feel comfortable with is I think they could score 17 points on this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. That's it. That's the handicap.
What's the best unit on the field? Titans offense or defense or Steelers offense or defense? What's the best unit?
They all 4 suck. They all 4 suck. There's not a best unit. They're all bad. They're all bad.
Today.
I did this
Everything
last night.
Sucks.
I did this. I did the same argument last night. Your secondary is not good. The best player on the field is TJ Watt. Okay. So if you say the best player that makes the Steelers defense the best, okay, I'll give you that. Titans offensive line's garbage. Levis can move. Levis can run. He could be a big problem tonight for that defense for if TJ Watt's coming around, Levis can tuck and go. So his mobility creates a big problem. Best player in the field plays for the Steelers defense. If you tell me the Steelers defense with Cam Hayward now back, that's the best unit on the field, fine. But 17 points.
Whitrock just came in the chat and said the best unit is the punter. It's like an Iowa game.
Iowa game. What? Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Same colors. It's like watching an Iowa game tonight.
I think a rookie quarterback comes in, makes a mistake that costs him the game. I like the Steelers in the game. I think it's a terrible game. Under
2017 final.
20-13. Enjoy your night. It's going under.
2017 final.
Yeah.
Bruins money line.
No, bro, book it. This is that game. The Bruins are supposed to win this game, and they should win this game. They won't, because this is what Toronto does. They'll give their fans hope. The move is Toronto. I'm telling you. I don't
care what the move is. I'm taking the better team at home.
Yeah, that's fine. I
better
think
team
Toronto
at home.
Wins.
This is a home team. Bruins have played poorly the last 2 games at home.
Yep.
They come out ready to go here. They see Toronto. They see red. They're 1-1 the last 2 home games. They're 2-1 in this. This is the 4th game. I think this is the last game of the homestand. Maybe they've won more, but they're 2-1 so far in this homestand. So they go to 3-1 tonight on this homestand.
Leafs win in November and they fold in April.
Yeah, no. Vegas in regulation tonight against Winnipeg.
Oh,
this was -110. You might get plus money in this now because numbers come down so far.
Yeah.
It was 165 last night when I bet it.
I don't understand all the love for Winnipeg. I really don't. I'd say bet this one.
I don't get it either. I like Hellebuck. It's the backup goaltender for Vegas, but I mean, I don't really have
Logan Thompson.
Yeah, I don't have a huge problem with Logan Thompson.
All right.
Yeah, he plays well. He plays really well. So he is 4-0.
They played well in front of him too.
Yeah, just like Swayman. I mean, the Bruins and the Golden Knights could very well be on a collision course for the Cup Finals this year. Could be really interesting. They play Vegas and Boston.
Show goes to another level if that happens.
I'm just telling you, they play very, very similar styles, and they could very well be meeting up against each other. They're the 2 best teams in hockey. I mean, I don't think you really make a case for anybody else. Avalanche would be in the conversation, I guess, as the 3rd best, but they've struggled. And McCarr's been hurt, and right now it's 9-0-1.
Contractually obligated to go to every game of that final series.
It's 9-0-1 Vegas, 8-0-1 Bruins.
It's November 2nd.
We're almost a 1/8 of the way through the year, right?
I'm surprised you could even do that math that quick. You paused. That was good. We're going to mess it up.
I was going to say
10th. Say a third.
I was going to say 10th. I was going to say 10th of the way through.
All right. Not 10%.
No.
Right. Almost. We're going to every game in the finals. Set it here right now. Put that on record, Mikey. Awesome.
Just saying.
We'll see you guys in Boston. If that's the case, Vegas should play in Boston. Do a
Cup
show
finals?
from Boston. We'll get Emerson to come out. We'll do all that stuff.
It'd be so fun.
And then we'll come here and be at home. Oh, that'd be fun.
It'd be so fun. All right, time for super chats.
Let's go.
Big business. Good afternoon, boys and girls. Let's fucking go Rangers. We went and we took it. Yes, you guys did. And he did. And bye-bye. Don't know what that means. Am I the only one who thinks Montgomery deserves its flowers? Stop using that term. But Montgomery does deserve to be appreciated. I will give you that. Montgomery does deserve to be appreciated. He pitched his ass off in the playoffs.
Yes.
He definitely did. He was very, very good. Big business again. DeGrom and Scherzer are both first ballot Hall of Famers.
Relax, big business. Enjoy your World Series.
Justin Elkins has a better or book it for you, Dave. He says better to book it. Nurkic over 9.5 rebounds. He averages 18 rebound chances a game. Had 12 against the Spurs last game, and that's with 0 offensive boards. Better to book it. Over 9.5 boards for
What's the
Yusuf
juice?
Nurkic.
I think we got to bet that.
I
think we got to bet that.
He didn't say what the juice is, but
okay. Well, I mean, not.
I hate that. Just for the record, the quote rebound chances stat, I hate.
Listen, we're going to get a lot of new stats from a lot of people and content providers, and there's stat companies out there, analytics stuff that's
rebounds are the most volatile thing in basketball.
Oh yeah, like
it's chances, it's all sorts of weird bounces, it's positions, it's plays that are run certain ways. That stat I would love to know what they constitute a rebound chance.
Wow, coming up on ESPN right now, Marcus Spears' DraftKings same game parlay for Titans Steelers. It's in the scroll on the bottom.
Yeah, and coming up will be the ESPN bet next. See, that's the question. Does that continue on ESPN? It might.
The DraftKings part? No.
Yeah, it might. It might. I'm telling you.
They're going to take the money.
I
And
think
DraftKings is going to pay the money to advertise on ESPN,
knowing their
while
competitor. Yes.
ESPN is a partner with a book that's booking the bets.
Yes.
That's fucked up.
I could be wrong. Okay. I've been wrong before, but I believe as a broadcaster, you would take both. You would make them pull versus you'd say, we're not taking anyone's business, because I think it creates an FEC problem.
See, that's why I love you, because you see some things in that part of the business that may actually be true.
Yeah. I think it creates a monopoly problem if they were to kick out both FanDuel and DraftKings. So if they pull, FanDuel and DraftKings pull, that's not our fucking problem. That's them. But I think ESPN's going to say, everyone can come on in. You all can advertise. You all can have your thing. That's why DraftKings and FanDuel have upped their spend with ESPN, because they're trying to get their foot in there first before ESPN comes in and does their own thing.
As far as Justin,
yes,
thank you for being here. Thank you for the super chat, cash, and thank you for the bet. I would say yes, bet over. It's the same matchup in the same place. It's against the same guys. It's boring, yes, but
no,
eat your vegetables.
I like it.
The rebound prop is completely random, but rebounders have heart and box out and get in position over and over and over.
True.
So the more times they do that, and they like doing that, then I think you got to bet it. So that would be my answer. Were you a good rebounder in hoops?
No, as a point guard. I could board my position, but it was more on the long rebounds. I boxed guys out. I was a good rebounder on the foul line.
Did you like boxing guys out?
Oh yeah, I was a contact guy.
I loved it.
I have really sharp elbows. I really hurt people. I enjoyed hurting people.
See, you're dirty. I just like putting my
ass. I played soccer that way, and that's why I got recruited to play D2 soccer for that very reason, because I hurt people and they liked it.
Yeah.
I was extremely physical.
An elbow in your jaw is what you needed. A little bit of this. Yeah.
Up.
You want to elbow me? Okay, I'll get you next time. Bam. Okay.
Muay Thai. Everyone's the next thing they want me to do is Muay Thai. And I'm like, you guys are kicking appendages.
Yeah.
Fists, elbows, knees, kicks.
I know what it is.
No way, man. No, thank you. I'm not getting hit with an elbow. A buddy of mine, when I first started boxing, I went to an amateur Muay Thai night. I saw a friend of mine get kicked in the head. One of the scariest things I've ever seen in my life.
With my condition, I don't know how many shots I could take to the head, and I'm probably not recommended to do it. But
or a head kick on top of that.
Yeah, no, I would love to just, though, like I said it all the time, and I like training like a boxer. I would love to get into that gym with you and do some stuff.
Come on,
I can't.
Let's go.
I can't spar.
No, but you hit the pads though. You hit pads. I mean, you can do. I mean, we the best thing about training the way I train is that we do a lot of like tag stuff.
Right.
Where you're doing everything, but you're touching elbows and stomach, and like you're just slapping, you just hitting them, you just matting. So you basically it's more of a movement than to par and parry and move and that stuff. We put our gloves on, but if I hit you in the shoulder with a 16-ounce glove, you're not going to feel it. You're going to go, it's going to move you, but it's not going to hurt you.
I don't mind the contact. I always like the contact. And then, I got run a couple times because I was just, either chirping or I didn't see the guy coming. Ended up in the hospital, concussions and all that other stuff. But I got back up. I'd love to do it again. I don't have there's no contact going on over here. Can't. It's all girls. Can't even mess with them. We shadow box. And what are you doing?
Oh, Maddie. See, my sister started it. Maggie and I started it. Maggie and my stepdad took it over, and they took it to a whole new level. And Madeline and I do it. So I have mitts, and she has boxing gloves, and so we throw. We throw here. She will end some kid's nose at some point. Some boy will get cracked in the face.
Nothing wrong with that.
By my daughter.
I'm always tell Kendall we got to do that.
I've told her, hey, you will be able to defend yourself if you have to. And she is like.
The two older ones can. I know that. We did karate for 2 years.
That's perfect.
And they learned how to hit and punch and defend themselves, and I think that's awesome. A good thing. So
jiu-jitsu, I wish Madeline would do jiu-jitsu. She's not interested in doing it. But
just get her to show up for anything right now at 9.
Skating is what she likes it, so it's good.
Great. Let her skate. That's good.
Yeah, she's into it.
Fall down, get up. What happened?
Favorite?
Fall down, get up.
She's good with it. She falls down and it's not like she didn't fall. She's not going fast, so she's like slipping and going down. But nothing serious, but yeah, I mean, her first real big fall, we'll see how she takes. When she's really going fast, if she gets clipped, we'll see how she feels. But right now, it's going well. Favorite thing about today is what?
2 things. First text in the morning from Mike Blewett and his son, Owen, at the airport, going to Pittsburgh to go to their first Steeler game today. So decided, he said, this is like, I'm inspired by you spending time with the kids.
Awesome.
I'm taking my kid. I'm a Steeler fan. I've been to Pittsburgh. He's never been. I'm taking him to the Steeler game tonight. So they're flying in.
Cool.
Of course, their flight was delayed to JFK for 2 hours, so set back the whole day. But he's going to Pittsburgh. He's going to the game tonight. They're going to spend the day in Pittsburgh tomorrow and fly home tomorrow night.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Very nice.
2, we had a call this morning. I did it from the car because it was out dropping in books, picking up some, cash from the Ranger bets. And my favorite thing to do is now, just for an example, one ticket this morning was worth $900. Another ticket this morning was worth like $2. So different books. So I go and I cash the first ticket and I leave a tip. And the guy's like, thank you. Nice hit. They're all serious bets or like, the future exactas and all this other stuff. And then the second book, I got a guy who I know, the first guy has been working in a book for a long, long time. He wants me to give him the ticket. He says, any rebets? No. Pay me. Puts the money out. I asked for the last one in 20s, and so I could leave a tip, and it's all business. So he appreciates it. See you later. Get out. And I've been there because I've been that guy, and I know, understand it.
Right.
Went to the second book, and I get a guy who's new. I only know he's only been doing this part-time, maybe for a year. And I left him a tip, and he almost came over the counter and kissed me. I was so excited. Hey, man, thanks. I like that bet. I should have done that bet myself. I got a friend. He bet the Rangers like 10 years ago to win the World Series, and then he bet them the next year, and they didn't win it, and he didn't bet it this year. And I'm like, yeah, 52 years. I said, a lot of times you got to keep betting. Like you take your shot, you lose. Sometimes you got to bet again. And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, well, that's a big hit. Congrats, brother. I appreciate you. See you later. Favorite thing about today, right, is doing that. I go over to Dunkin', grab something to drink, and brought donuts home for the kids.
There you go.
When you get stuff good, you try to give it out.
Share the love.
Kid's working by himself at the counter. Okay. The milk machine's broke. It's leaking milk all over. He's calling woman to come fix it. Right? I'm like, what is
this? Is the Dunkin' inside the casino, right?
At the Arizona Charlie's.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
So it's sometimes it's a rough crowd in there, right? So, I feel bad for this kid because he's scrambling, trying to keep milk from going all over the place. He sees me. I get a dozen donuts. I get the drink, and then I get the little turkey sausage sandwich for myself, and I'm leaving. I'm waiting for the turkey sausage sandwich. There's 100 things going on behind the counter. He's by himself.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 people at that sandwich shop over there pretending like they're the only people in the world. An older couple comes up to the counter, rings the bell. The kid's 3 feet away, but he's doing stuff. Guy rings the bell again. Ding, ding, ding. I'm like, don't say nothing. Let it go. Rings the bell again. The kid turns and says, I'll be with you in 1 second. He said, is anybody working here? And I'm like, uh-oh. He goes, I rang the bell. I mean, is anybody working here? I want to get something. And I was like, I'm sitting there waiting. I got cash in my pocket. I'm feeling good. And I'm like, don't say nothing. Don't do it. And he goes, I don't have to get anything here. You know that. I don't have to do anything here. We need people working here. I can't let it go. I'm like, sir, this kid's here by himself. The milk machine broke. Can you see all that milk on the counter? This woman is trying to fix it and cut off the thing. Like, he'll be with you in a second. He's by himself. I said, just have a good day. Like, lighten up, relax. And he goes, I can leave. Then
you go ahead.
And I was like,
you're welcome to.
I said, sir, take a deep breath. He's going to get your donuts and your coffee.
Jeez.
I said, and I left the kid a tip in front of him. I said, hey, man, keep smiling, keep trying, and have a good day. And I walked out and I told the old guy, and you have a good day too, sir. People got to fucking relax. And I was like, this kid's making fucking $8 an hour probably.
How old was the guy?
The kid had braces. He's probably
how old
18
was
years
how old was the
old.
guy?
Oh. Initial number 68 and a half.
Over under the possibility of him being from Boston or New England or the East Coast.
Minus 8,000.
Because that's a very East Coast thing to do to Dunkin' people. On the East Coast, Dunkin' Donuts employees are treated like shit, like just straight up, like they're just abused everywhere, in particular in malls, airports, or large public settings. It's a really hard job, and people literally take out their shit on you consistently. So that guy, that's not the first time that guy has done that to somebody at Dunkin'.
No.
I've seen it a ton. It's awful.
That guy does it at the grocery store. That guy does it at the gas station. That guy is having a bad day majority of the time, every day.
Right.
And it's nothing. I almost said to him, hey, man, the old guy, instead of being the worst part of everyone's day, be the best part of someone's day. Just once.
But that's not East Coast mentality. That's not what East Coast people think. That's not how they operate. They operate where you're in my way, get the fuck out of my way. You're ruining my life. You're ruining my day. It's your fault. Everything is your fault.
You ain't wrong.
That's the mentality. It sucks. You don't see it until you get out. You got to be detoxed and, you got to get away from it. You got to get away from it.
Like I wanted to wanted to buy the guy's, I almost bought the guy's order.
We think that's
said,
normal.
You know what, sir? I'm going to buy your order.
Yeah. But we think that's normal. In particular, all you need is a guy with a pack of Marlboros and, Bud Heavy and Dunkin's and yelling at kids. That's a townie. You want to know what a townie is? That's a townie. That's what we call townies. People that berate Dunkin' Donuts people because in the morning they wake up pissed off. They want their coffee. When they have their coffee, they smoke their cigarette. They smoke their cigarette. They eat their donut. If they don't get that in the right order, it's your fault and you're going to pay for it. That's what it is. That's what
God
it is.
bless all you guys that work in retail.
Seriously,
work
right?
with people
It's
like
Christmas
seriously.
time.
Like, and thank you for taking the time and coming here and trying. Like, I felt bad for that kid. I swear
It
to
sucks.
God.
It really does suck. By the way, this is why you guys are amazing. Stevie Mac just referenced a bet that I lost 2 years ago, saying I'm still pissed off about because I lost a bet on the juice for Brooke Lopez on a rebound prop where I know I can guarantee you he got the ball. He rebounded the ball. They didn't count it.
That might have been one of the first times I put on the listing glasses. For
I was
one of your
so
wins.
mad. I was so mad that I know it was like Brooke Lopez over 8.5 rebounds, and he got 9, and it fell 8, and I was counting them, and he got a rebound. He got a rebound, and the rule was basically like the ball hit the ground first, so they didn't count it as a rebound because the ball hit the ground. It was something totally fucked up. So bravo, Stevie Mac, because he said Matt's still pissed off about the Brooke Lopez prop that he missed. And it's true. I probably am still mad, but that's fucking amazing. You had that memory because I did not think about that until you said it. And I went, I know exactly when I was mad. Like, yes, I don't remember that game I was mad, but it was a Bucks game with Brooke Lopez somewhere in December. And I was pissed off about it. So yes, 100%. That is an accurate call by you. Thank you for that memory. That's phenomenal. That right there. And my favorite thing about today is you guys. Tremendous.
Awesome.
Absolutely awesome. Roll call Friday tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun. Get here. Be here
early.
Line them up. We have a lot of special stuff. Sonic is cooking up some wild stuff for us. It's going to be a lot of fun here next couple of weeks.
Wait to see what that boy doing.
We got a lot of fun stuff going on here with what he's up to, what he's doing. So stay tuned. Matt, Dave, back tomorrow. Roll call Friday.